From Florida.
You don't need to make up words. Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
My fellow Americans, R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. To help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride. And declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is a land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$7 down requires state approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number N12354. $7 down, $3.99 per month for 84 months. 3.9 APR.
We all know Goodwill. But did you know when you donate stuff to Goodwill, you help provide job training for people right here in your community? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Real radio. Real radio. Real radio. 104.1.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs is stacked high with honey ham, smoked turkey, and slow-smoked beef brisket. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Smokin' Triple Stack Sub. Get it for a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs. Participating U.S. locations. Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit floridashistoriccoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio. Real Radio. 104.1.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Sealand.
It is Thursday, June 8th, 2023. Lots to get to today, from New York smoke drama to I really want to believe this alien story, excuse me, and a comedian's joke offends two entire countries. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, Sheila.
How we doing?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Decent. You?
Just hanging in there?
Decent.
Decent's good enough, man.
How
was your party last night?
It was a hoot, but it was exhausting.
Did anybody get out of control?
We all did. We were all,
Yeah.
there was 40 people packed inside the, outside of the patio. Just
Screaming at Vanderpump?
Screaming at the top of our lungs. All the curse words I can't say on the radio.
Anybody get, kicked out or arrested?
At At Wally's or not that
At
I'm
the party.
aware of.
Nah, maybe
No.
after she left. Who knows?
So then pretty much everybody followed the Vanderpump Rules?
Oh, my God. You brought
Have you
us
been
on that
waiting
whole
that-
journey.
Yeah.
You brought us all the way to
I'm ready for
that.
vacation, y'all.
Okay.
I'm rough
If
off.
I could go or not.
This morning is a tough one for me. I could barely sleep last night, and I'm kind of freaking out a little bit here. And I'll tell you guys what happened to me, and before we get into things here, and you tell me if you would be panicking if you were in my situation, okay? I was looking last night because I was doing a bunch of bills and stuff, and I'm going through all kinds of finances, this and that, and I look at my investment account set up, right? And, you know, I've got a bunch of investments in there and whatnot. And
As one does in their investment account.
yeah, well, you tend to do. And I look over, and I had a smaller 401k that I had, right? This is from the time that I worked for Tribune in Chicago. And I look at this 401k, and it says $0.
Okay.
$0, right?
Very small investment.
Yeah. And I go, okay, that's not right. And then I said, well, maybe it's just like a connection error or something weird's happening. And then I log into the actual retirement account for this 401k, and I look, and it says all the money was withdrawn. Every penny in this account, all of the money, and
dude?
I'm talking about a significant amount of money, right? Like I'm talking about a bunch of money was all withdrawn from this account. It says zero balance, and I didn't get any emails, any text messages, anything. And I said, is there any way that I didn't just get completely robbed of an entire 401k's worth of money?
I feel like there's some two-step verification when you're taking money out of a 401k.
When I was logging back in to check what was going on, it did the thing. It did the two-step verification. It gave me my code. I put the code in. I did all that stuff. But then it just said all the money had been withdrawn like 2 months ago.
Okay.
And I didn't notice
that was my
anything.
question. Did it say when?
It said at the end of March or something, all this money was withdrawn. And it's not there. And so now I couldn't call the place last night, but I'm like frantically trying to figure out everything I could. And I'm like, is there some way that there was just some weird error, bank error, 401k error? Or did somebody get away with stealing a big chunk of money from me, and now I'm totally screwed? So, like, you find that out at about 11:30, and you're just panic mode. And
Yeah.
so that's where I'm at right now, headspace-wise.
Did you figure it out?
I figured nothing out.
Okay.
No,
Did you attempt at all this morning?
I was going to do it this morning. I have to do it after the show. I'm going to call up the company because their operating hours are different.
Hey, this is Sean Watson wondering, where is all my money?
If the money's gone, what do I do? Am I screwed? Can you get that back? Can you chase that stuff down?
I mean, someone messed up. Unless, don't 401ks, some of them, like, you give them the go-ahead to move that money around? Like,
maybe. I don't know. I'm praying on a wing and a prayer.
Buddy.
Otherwise, I lost some money. So I'll tell you guys how much during the break. But
All right.
You'll see why I'm not
I
happy.
need to check all my accounts
I want you
now.
to do that thing where you tell us with the mic's off, but I don't think you should be playing the good news alert.
It doesn't make sense.
It wouldn't be
for
very
this
good
one.
news.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Here, hold on. We'll just do this. It's not good news, but yeah, here we go.
Good news alert! Good news alert! Good news alert! Good news alert!
Sorry.
Yeah.
You consider that your smaller
Well,
401k?
it was one of the things that I had from a company I didn't work for that long.
Sean.
But all gone, zeroed out, and I'm like, well, I have
Can't
no idea
believe
what
you're a
to do.
multimillionaire.
I have no idea. I'm a
He
lot
used to
less.
be.
I got a lot less money today than I did yesterday, apparently. Or I have a lot. I've had a lot less money for a couple of months, and I had no idea that was the case.
Long haul
So-
prank. It was me and C-Lane. Look under your seat.
Oh.
It's all there right
Great.
now.
Is this like the Jersey thing all over again? Are we Harambe jerseying me now with 401k monies? All right.
The jerseys have gone up due to inflation.
Yeah, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. We go to our friend Frankie McDonald,
Yay,
who
Frankie.
we know and love and has been on the show before. And
He
he's
was literally
also
on just now.
He's from where?
He is from Canada.
Canada. What's happening in Canada?
A lot of fires.
A lot of fires that are causing a lot of smoke all over the United States of America.
Okay, first
And
of all, that screenshot. I can already see it.
Frankie McDonald has to chime in on this.
Hey everybody, I'm going to address the issue. I did not start the fires at all. People start rumors about Frank Mel started fires. It wasn't true at all. I didn't start fires at all. I don't start fires at all.
All right, I believe him. I don't think he was the guy.
Now here's the sound of a man eating 500 fires.
Yeah. Frankie McDonald says, I didn't start the forest fires in Canada. It wasn't him. He says, blame somebody else.
I wonder how many people had to come to him and be like, hey, Frankie, did you start these fires? For him to make that video. Like, there's an angle of him we've never seen before. Frankie in bed.
It was like an emergency address from Frankie.
Yeah.
He's like, I got to do this wherever I am right now, and I got to get this information out there. So Frankie McDonald says he didn't do it, and to stop bothering him on Twitter saying that he did. It is still very bad. I don't know if you're getting worried about this New York trip coming up, Sealand.
There's been some talk.
Because they had some flights canceled yesterday. I don't know if there's any that have been canceled today, but the time-lapse footage is just so insane from yesterday in particular, and I hear it's very bad today. And you can just see, if you look at this, I mean, they just show all this rolling in. For those of you not watching, it goes from visible to
1 o'clock.
You can barely see anything, and it just gets
That's insane.
Look at that color that it gets. It gets like an orange for those of you listening.
Ashley, when we were talking about it, nailed it on the head, saying it looks like the entirety of New York City is living in a filter.
Yeah, it does.
Like a Instagram filter.
Yeah,
sepia tone.
It's pretty stunning, the difference that you see here. And it's not just in New York. This is all over the East Coast and into the Midwest and going across the entire country because there's so much smoke from these fires from Canada. And they say the U.S. is likely to stay smoky for days.
Now, what I have heard is that this morning's flight to LaGuardia on the airline that we are taking went out on time.
Okay, so that's going out. Well, that's a good sign right there.
Right.
Yeah, that would show you that tomorrow things would look real good. But they've like brought the masks back out in New York. People are wearing masks.
That's the thing that I really kind of like.
Hope they don't.
If you're gonna call it, because what are we gonna do? Like a little COVID vacation?
Right.
Like, hey, remember when we had to wear masks everywhere? Let's do it again.
I mean, that's what's happening right now. People are breaking them back out.
As far as are the masks going to? I feel like help you breathe.
Not
really?
like if you had a real mask, like one of the
they're handing out N95s.
Yeah, the N95s that they're handing out. I'm sure that does something, but just a regular cloth one is not going to do much for you in the smoke. And it says with no end in sight, this is from the Morning Brew, to the Canada wildfires that are blanketing the eastern half of the U.S. in smoke. American air quality is literally at the mercy of the wind. Breathing is supposed to be rough today in many already badly smogged parts of the Northeast and into the Midwest, even trickling down soon for our friends over in Dallas on 97.1 The Freak. And I'm looking in New York at the Air Quality Index.
AQI.
It says straight up unhealthy, right? It's like it's at
So what are you supposed
200.
to do?
There was
Stay
some-
inside?
Yes, they're literally telling people not to come to work, to stay inside.
I think there were some parts of upstate New York where it said very unhealthy.
Yeah, very unhealthy in some of these places. Stay inside. They're saying don't come to work for some people. They canceled the New York Yankees game yesterday because of the situation with all of this smoke and smog. And they also said there were various other things that were canceled. There was a Broadway play going on with Jodie Comer, who I'm not familiar with.
Yes. Killing Eve.
Oh, is she from Killing Eve? Okay, then I am familiar with her.
I love her so much.
And she was doing a Broadway play, and they said about 10 minutes into the matinee performance, she stopped the play while she was on stage, and she said, I can't breathe. And she said, I don't want to do this.
Which is crazy to think, considering it was inside.
Yeah, that was indoors where she did this. And everybody started flooding out of the theater that they were in for
that
her
sucks,
show.
Man.
Yeah, and they said Hamilton was called off less than 2 hours before showtime because several cast members called in sick because of the situation. It's really bad there. And as I said, like the masks are popping back out and people are starting to wear those to fight this stuff off if they are going out there in the streets. So we're looking at maybe more days of this.
It'd be hilarious if like last minute, because obviously the prima facie is the
play she was
play
doing.
that Jodie Comer is in, and she got like 10 minutes into it and then said she couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
If the Hamilton people said, guys, just bring Aaron Burr out and have him shoot him, and let's
Rewrite the play.
Let's have the duel right now and GTFO.
And the audience is just like, what the hell is happening right now? Yeah, it's bad, and it's all because of the Canadians. I told you about the Canadians before anybody else was saying anything about the Canadians.
Maybe this is because you're of your remarks about the
You
Canadians.
think they've done this?
This is
to us?
retaliation on
They set
you.
their damn country on fire as a result. Over 400 fires.
And guess who also stole that money off the 401k?
Probably the Canadians. If I trace this back to Canada, you guys are done for. And then I finally saw, because they haven't shown a lot of this, they're just showing like all the smoke in the cities. I finally saw some footage of the actual fires in Canada.
Boring.
And you know what was weird? They were like,
show me more buildings in orange air.
But this goes to Sealane's conspiracy theory here just a little bit, because they showed a chopper that was fighting the fires, and I've never seen this before in my life. The chopper is up over this fire in Canada, and the chopper is dropping fire on the fire. Like,
why?
Little fireballs are coming out of the chopper to hit the ground. I think they're trying to like controlled burn it, so they cut off the fire at a particular point or something. But it was just so bizarre to see a helicopter dropping more fire on the fire.
Doesn't seem like the thing.
Yeah, it seems like it works against what you're trying to do.
You can't fight fire with fire, I believe is the phrase.
That's what they say, but that's what they were doing in this particular video here that I saw. And so we got to keep an eye on that. Hopefully Sealane's time in New York isn't affected by this, but you might at least see some of this when you go up there. And we'll hear about that when he comes back, I'm sure. When we come back, we're not only going to hear from you because you have thoughts on your minds, you have opinions, we want to hear them. Plus, this is one of the most insane stories we've had all year long in 2023. This story about this Las Vegas family that has come forward and they said, we straight up saw aliens. They called 911. They said there was like alien people moving around on the ground. They said, for real, nobody's believing us, but this is the real deal.
Because it sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy as hell, but they say this is the most amazing incident that's ever happened in the state of Nevada. And this couple says, we are telling the truth. Wait till you hear the 911 call. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Stupid, but done smartly. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on Orange Blossom Trail, northbound and southbound at Americana Boulevard. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Sand Lake Road, and delays on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and after State Road 429. Watch out for delays due to an accident on State Road 429 heading northbound at Stony Brook West Parkway. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing. Summit Racing wants you to gear up your truck or Jeep for your next off-road camping adventure. With millions of parts in stock, you'll find off-road and outdoor essentials so you can camp confidently and comfortably. SummitRacing.com. Everything you need for anything you drive.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale Friday, June 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders can score tickets and other awesome experiences before anyone else for 48 hours only or while pre-sale tickets last.
Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details.
What's in your wallet?
These days, there are plenty of things to worry about, but keeping pests out of your home shouldn't be one of them. That's why you need Massey Services. Massey eliminates pests before they get inside. They start by carefully inspecting the inside and outside of your home and then focus customized treatments on the outside. Best of all, your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs is stacked high with honey ham, smoked turkey, and slow-smoked beef brisket. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Smokin' Triple Stack Sub. Get it for a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs. Participating U.S. locations. Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to three key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
If you're a pro painter, do you know how much you're paying per gallon for paint? Paint stores try to convince you that you're getting a good deal with deep discounts. But what they don't tell you is their starting price is too high to begin with. If you buy paint from the Home Depot, you're getting the lowest price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Plus, pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
When you open your hopper, you don't fill it with just any hardwood pellets, right? You fill it with Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Made right here in the USA with North American ingredients and a 100% natural hardwood blend, Kingsford pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add delicious smoky flavor to any meal. Kingsford's the name you trust for the low and slow cooking you crave. So look for Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Kingsford.com.
Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
Hi, I'm Joel Osteen. I've learned that your life follows your thoughts. You can't think negative and live positive. If you get your mind going in the right direction, your life will go in the right direction. I have a podcast where I talk about how to live positive, grateful, expecting good things. The feedback I often hear is that people enjoy the podcast because they find it encouraging and inspiring. Listen to the Joel Osteen Podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
I'm telling you, I'd love to believe this couple in Las Vegas is telling the truth about seeing aliens. Oh, I'll play the 911 call for you in a second. You'll hear their story, what they say happened. But they literally said they saw little aliens running away after some mystery thing fell from the sky. And when I see these stories, I'm like, please let it be real. What a narrative we would get into. Oh, what a storyline we'd have on the show if all of a sudden aliens were actually visiting planet Earth. That would be scary and interesting and all sorts of things. And great content. Oh, my God, the best of content.
I don't know. You haven't watched Invasion yet. Doesn't seem very fun.
It didn't play out well in that movie?
It's a TV show.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Apple
TV?
Plus one, yeah.
I'm still watching the first season, but so far I'm not seeing any silver linings.
Well, we don't see any major destruction unless the aliens set these fires in Canada. It could have been related to this, maybe not sure.
I saw an article about how Apple TV Plus seems to be going hard into the sci-fi game, and they included Severance. And I was like, I guess?
Yeah, that's
it
technically.
but it doesn't seem like your typical science fiction. Usually you think there's some sort of action there.
Well, the problem is, and Courtney has this too, right? Courtney will go, I don't like sci-fi. I don't want to watch sci-fi. But in her mind, sci-fi is always
Star Wars.
Star Wars, zooming around in space, instead of like just science fiction, just like actually those words. Like the Apple Plus shows that are sci-fi right now, like what's the one I've been watching? Damn it, I forgot the name. Silo. Like that's not about aliens as far as we know. It's just about a different sort of world that people are living in.
I don't often like mix dystopia and sci-fi in my head, but I'm thinking that other people do, just because the genres kind of gray the lines and which what's the difference between the two of them.
Well, this isn't fiction. This is allegedly real. And
according to this family.
This was from Channel 8
wackos
in Las Vegas. They might be telling the truth, Celia, and they even called 911 after they saw these aliens. And just so you know, it says...
That proves nothing, by the way.
Yeah. What? They call
People
911.
call 911 because Burger King forgot their ketchup.
Of course they do. But at least shows that there's some level of seriousness to what these people are saying, right? They were scared and they called 911. Unless they set that part up as part of the lie. I don't know why they would be lying about this.
Or they're bat-ass crazy.
Oh, definitely could be that. But they said something fell from the sky, and this guy saw two little people, I guess, moving around in his yard, and he decides to call 911. Let's see if you're a believer or not. Here we go.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we're terrified of it.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot.
They're 8 foot tall.
10 foot, I don't know.
Okay, now he's going up in feet here. He went from...
I don't know, they're like 9, 10, 15, 20 feet.
By the way...
9 foot, 10 foot.
By the way, CBS 8, good job on your 911 audio graphics.
Right.
I mean, it's
got the
uniqueness. It's moving around.
Little meter bopping. Yeah.
It's not just like the old school like camera shot of a tape player.
Well, he said there's some sort of aliens. They're 8 feet, 9 feet, 10 feet tall. You don't know exactly how tall they are because that's a bit of a range.
7 foot.
And they're in his backyard. He said, "This is not a joke. We're terrified."
They look like aliens to us.
They look like
big
aliens.
Eyes. They have big eyes, like I can explain it, and big mouth.
Big mouth.
They're shiny eyes and.
No
and
pictures though, huh?
100% they're not human.
100% they're not human.
Okay.
That lady is not a believer.
All right, we're going to get a wellness check over there.
She says, okay. Like your parents would say when they were real disappointed in you. Just, okay, I see what you got going on. But they say this really happened to them. You guys don't seem like believers just yet.
I don't think I ever will be.
No? Don't you
He's
guys
like
both?
8 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot.
You definitely said you believed in aliens before.
Yeah, I think that there is other life out there. I don't believe that these people were of right mind.
You think they were high?
I don't know what it could be, but I don't think that a 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, 9 foot, or 10 foot alien was in
With
their backyard.
Big eyes, shiny
and one
eyes,
is inside of the other one,
and and huge mouths. I think he said. And I don't know about. Did you say one was inside of the other one?
Yeah.
You just said they're definitely not human. That's what this guy said. Amy says, I'm surprised they were able to dial 911 after all the ayahuasca. Maybe they were. And there's a bunch of people saying, like, why didn't they take a video? I don't know. Maybe they explain that, and maybe they get into that more. Let's see what the story says.
Well, the 8 News Now investigators obtaining video as officers then responded to the call you just heard. You'll see the officers also saw something in the sky that night, but the big question is, what was it, and is it all connected?
Is it all connected?
It's almost midnight on May 1st when a Las Vegas Metro Police officer's body cam catches this, something flashing low in the sky.
911 emergency.
Minutes later,
there's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us.
Okay, so I think he's talking about the ship, like the ship that he believes crashed
Sean,
here.
You're scaring me a little bit.
What?
Right now.
He just said there's an 8-foot tall person beside it.
Seem like you're kind of believing this.
I'm not saying I believe it or disbelieve it. I'm just explaining what the guy's trying to say.
Believe.
I'm trying to say it wasn't like a Russian nesting doll situation where one alien was inside of the other. He was saying one alien was inside of the spacecraft that he saw, and one was standing beside it.
Got it.
And there was a flash through the sky at the same time. I'm not ruling this out yet. You guys are not believers. I would like to believe that this is true because we'd be onto a content gold mine here.
And it's still there.
someone calls 911 reporting two large figures in their backyard.
No, I'm so nervous right now.
The 8 News Now investigators obtaining another officer's
That's the
video
cop.
as he's sent to the Northwest Valley
Go
home.
get the aliens.
I have butterflies, bro. Everyone saw a shooting star. Then these people say there's aliens in their backyard.
By now, it's more than an hour after that bright light. Officers meeting up with the caller and his family.
Okay,
All right,
let's
these are
pause.
our people right here.
Are those robes or are those garments?
I cannot tell. I don't know what they're wearing. It's a little fuzzy. One's wearing like a NASCAR shirt, I think, with the number 3 on it. And then
Rest in peace.
This guy appears to be in some sort of robe, would be my guess. But there's 4 of these folks outside this house, and these are the people that say they saw these aliens. They're the ones who have this story. Let's see what they say to the cops.
What'd you see?
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard? Or
they see like a big, that's what they say. They see like a big something with light.
What I saw right now, I do believe in it.
Police walk into the backyard to investigate.
All right, let's see
But
this spaceship.
Metro blacked out that part of the video
What?
because it's considered private property.
What? The video goes black when they go in the backyard. This is real.
No,
I'm telling you.
No.
Yeah.
Wait. When have we ever run into a situation where they've blacked out part of the video because the police stepped on private property?
I've never heard of that before. Whenever we get the police body cam video, if they go into somebody's yard, they just follow them all the way through, even into their house and arrest them and stuff. You would see that when they would release it. So that's kind of new to me. But I don't know. It's very, very weird, this whole thing. I don't know if you're a believer or not, but hit us up with the dispatch. Tell us what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on that now. Let's see how they wrap this up.
What's clear, they're taking this call seriously.
Hey, this might sound like a really dumb question, but did you guys see anything fall out of the sky?
Asking others what they saw.
I would normally discount it as nothing. However, seeing as one of my partners said they saw it too, only reason I'm actually investigating it further.
He's got to explain this to everybody he encounters. Look, I'm not crazy. There's reports that something fell out of the sky.
My brother in arms said he saw it, so let's investigate. If not, I would have arrested them and thought they were on drugs.
And also, then these people said they saw the alien peoples, and they were hanging out by their spaceship, so maybe they crashed it. And we got this blacked out body cam footage. I'm a believer, friends. There's something weird going on here. Something very, very fishy about this whole story. Let me give it just a second more here.
Turning up no concrete answers as of Wednesday. Whatever or whoever fell into that yard, long gone within minutes.
Oh, hey,
strange.
If those 9-foot beings come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that.
This guy freaked out. He's, I'm not dealing with it. You deal with it. We're going to deal with you, your dispatches. So go send those to us now at thenewsjunkie.com or in the News Junkie app. We'll see what you got going on in your world. Here is Kurt chiming in on the Canadian fires.
Is it possible that Canada has a policy of not to fight every fire, only to protect buildings and property and lives? So in these wild areas, large wild areas they have, they're letting it burn,
No.
and that's why we're getting so much smoke.
No, I watched a whole big press conference yesterday about the Canadian fires, and they were basically just saying there wasn't anything they could do. It was out of control. And there were...
except drop more fire on it.
Except light the fire on fire, which is really an odd move. But there were entire towns that they had to evacuate, and these people who are in sort of remote areas of Canada that had to be removed from the places they were and put up in shelters and stuff. And it's pretty bad, I guess. Here's the Big Show chiming in about that.
News junkies, your boy Big Show here. So I live in Baltimore, and like last night, about 7-ish, maybe a little bit before that, it started to get smoky here. You could smell it in the air. It's kind of giving me a headache, to be honest with you today. But my parents live in New York, and all the schools are closed.
Yeah.
So, and my mother-in-law lives up there, and it's pretty bad up there from what I get. So, C-Lane, if you're going, buddy, stay safe, man. Talk to you later.
Don't breathe, okay?
Wow. You know, your parents told you always growing up, don't go to New York. It's too dangerous for you. And now you're going to New York, and we got a spooky situation going on here.
But with one of the parents.
Your mom will be with you to protect you.
Yeah,
so,
it was more my dad that didn't.
Yeah, he was the one who was more freaked out about this. Muff Mouth has a song for you, I think, C-Lane.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. It's a C-Lane haircut looks good song. That's all I know so far. So,
what's going down, junkies? C-Lane, you look good. You got a haircut. You look good. You look good. You look good. But you'd look better with a perm.
You would. I agree. I think that would be a good look for C-Lane, but not willing to risk it yet, I guess. Let's go over to Grounds Guy.
Sean, I think New York's issue is your fault and Sabrina and C-Lane's, and this is why. Years ago, you did a online search of some sort and found a kid that was threatening to either blow up or shoot up his school up in Canada, and you guys made a call and got it taken care of, and then went on to do drunk interviews with Canada.
That's
Fast
true.
Forward to, a year or two ago, we were having a hurricane come towards us, and you got a plastic Yoda and did some hoogity boogity 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 bop type stuff and made
Also
the
true.
hurricane park over a particular island and destroyed the island and caused mass damage. And
You know, you're putting a lot on my shoulders right now.
I mean, but you kind of did it.
I
don't understand why me and C-Lane are getting lumped into this.
I don't want the blood to be on my hands here. These are partly true things, but it's not all on me.
all that good stuff, but we were okay. Fast forward to today, Canada's getting its revenge for the drunk interview and turning the whole Northeast orange. Or if you look at some Q stuff, they're probably thinking that the Northeast is turning orange to give Donald Trump a special, you're not going to get, indicted type
Message?
feeling or
Secret
something.
messages?
I don't know. I'm sure they got something
It's a
with
stretch.
it turning orange. And
Well, and he's talking about Q, so they're big on stretches. You remember the whole JFK return thing?
Yeah.
They
They waited out there for 3 days. Like, any second now, he's going to pop up and run for vice president.
Nothing's too much of a stretch for them, I don't think. I don't know. Tell me what you think about this alien thing, though, because I'm a believer here. This is a weird situation, and I got more questions than I got answers right now, so join me on that. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch right now. They said the guy who is one of the voice actors on Bob's Burgers got arrested for his part in the January 6th situation, the U.S. Capitol riot. And I wonder why it took so long to get this guy out of all the guys, because everybody else has been arrested quite some time ago. We're talking like over 2 years now, but they just arrested this guy on charges including civil disorder, which is a felony, and he's been freed on $25,000 bond. And they had like photos and video of this guy. If you watch Bob's Burgers, he's the voice of Jimmy Pesto.
All right.
Who was like the rival restaurant across the street from Bob's Burgers.
Wait, isn't Jimmy Pesto the kid? The Pesto kid?
Oh, no.
Or is
who's the adult?
He plays the pizzeria owner.
Jimmy Pesto, right? Yeah, Jimmy Pesto is his name. He's the guy who owns the place across the street.
Who's the Pesto kid that the daughter always is in love with?
I forgot what his name is. Somebody on chat will know momentarily. But he was banned from the show. I haven't seen that show in such a long time that I don't know what they've done, if they've just completely gotten rid of that character or not. But, yeah, they said he booked a round-trip flight from L.A. to Washington, D.C., departing on January 4th, 2021, returned a day after the riot, and the FBI has information saying that he was there, and he was part of the mob that attacked police in the tunnel with pepper spray and other weapons. He helped other rioters near the tunnel pour water on their faces and then joined in pushing against the line of officers. The Bob's Burgers guy.
Yeah, the FBI had tweeted his picture back in March of 2021, asking people to identify him, and then a friend of his also ratted him out, gave a text to the FBI that he had sent admitting he was there. It said, the news has presented it as an attack. It actually wasn't. Though it kind of turned into that. It was a mess. Got mace and tear gas, and I found it quite untastic.
How insane is that you would see the FBI like, who is this man? And the last person you would think is it's one of the voice actors from Bob's Burgers. That's not what I would have expected.
It was also in
that.
Mr. Show, the Sarah Silverman program, Arrested Development, Anchorman, and no one could identify him for 2 years.
I don't remember him from Arrested Development. I don't know what character he was in that. He doesn't even look familiar to me. Just his voice, which is very familiar because I watched that show so many times. All right, when we come back, we're going to get into something that's happening in Ohio. They're looking for one mystery pooper in the state of Ohio for the most insane reason. I'll tell you what's going on. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
We may have lost our blue check, but we're still here doing
whatever it is you do on Twitter.
At Real Radio 104.1 on Twitter is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the upper 80s to low 90s. It's going to be a hot and humid day with a mix of sun and clouds, and then the chance for showers and thunderstorms moving from west to east across the state. We're looking at about 40 to 50% coverage this afternoon, bringing the potential for heavy rain, frequent lightning, as well as gusty winds at times. Make sure you're staying weather aware and have a great rest of your day.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Folks, if you are a homeowner, let me tell you about one of the favorite companies of mine in Central Florida, and it is Mills Air, a company that is going to treat you right. You know, I know if you have an air conditioner in your house that's not working the right way and you're worried that somebody's going to rip you off, you're going to be happy with Mills Air because they're so honest and good at what they do. When the studio air conditioner broke, they sent over one of their great techs, and they're all fantastic. And Mo is the one who came over, and he fixed the air conditioning in the studio, made it nice and comfortable in here, went above and beyond. And throughout the whole time, he was even able to explain it to me. I don't know a lot about this stuff, but he made it simple for me. They've been in business since 1992. That's 30 years of experience doing exactly that, keeping Central Florida cool. Their techs can service any brand out there, and they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. They can get you big rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today to schedule your appointment, 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to three key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
The Dunkin' Run is here, and so are the deals. Like the $3 sausage, egg, and cheese you can add to a medium or larger coffee. Warm sausage, fluffy egg, melty cheese, flaky croissant. It's your happy place in one bite. Time for a Dunkin' Run. Add a $3 sausage, egg, and cheese to a medium or larger coffee. America runs on Dunkin'. Offer valid with the purchase of a medium or larger coffee. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Hey, Magic fans, when you're heading out to the Amway Center or anytime you're away from your business, commercial, or residential property, or you have a special event and you want to be sure that you're well protected, contact American Protection Services and Investigations, proud partner of the Orlando Magic. For a full list of our security services, dial 833-4APSI. Over 30 years in the business, your safety is our top priority because your business is our business.
Eating good is about more than just tasty food. Eating good is about doing good, too. And that's exactly what Fresh from Florida is all about. Supporting local Florida farmers, creating jobs in our communities, and of course, making sure you can enjoy all the fresh flavors Florida has to offer. Because produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Wendy's is open until midnight or later, which means all your favorite menu items are up later too. The Baconator still tastes just as juicy and bacony at night. So listen to that craving and turn in for the night at a Wendy's drive-thru. Hours may vary at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. If you want to learn more about the show, you can go to thenewsjunkie.com. All the podcast information is right there. If you miss any of the show today, we're going to get to your dispatches momentarily. People chiming in on all sorts of stuff that we're talking about. And there's one person in Ohio that everybody is on the lookout for. They don't know how to find this person because you don't have like a description. They don't know if it's a man or a woman. They don't know what race the person is. They don't know how old they are. So good luck. It's like trying to find an actor that Sealand's looking for. You know, when he says he's a guy and he's...
It happened one time.
He's an actor.
He's going to use that for the next 4 years.
And he's in some things or whatever. And then you go, wow, I can't narrow it down. I can't really help you out on this mission. That's what's going on with this situation in Ohio. And one of the weird-ass things that came out of the pandemic was that we learned that they could take the wastewater readings and measure how much, like, disease was going through the community, right? They could, like,
what's in your poop?
Yeah, they could, like, monitor it and go, oh, we got, like, elevated levels of this because you can test for, you know, what's in the sewage. And they said somebody has been pooping out the same COVID strain for 2 years in Ohio, and they need to find them. And They said the virus is inactive in waste, but provided that they could find this person, it would give them much needed insight into the disease. And it's some sort of weird cryptic strain that this guy has, or girl, I don't know. This person has. They've had it for 2 years, and they keep seeing it, and they believe it's coming from just one person.
But you can't get any sort of DNA from feces? Like,
I don't know. I guess
narrow it down, throw it in 23andMe and see if there's a distant cousin somewhere?
Well, the only thing they've done is this. They've like triangulated kind of. Based on sewage lines, they've pinpointed the individual's home is likely in Columbus, Ohio, and that they commute to work in a city called Washington Courthouse about 45 minutes away. So that's got to narrow it down some. The people who live in that city and commute to this other city 45 minutes away. And they said, for starters, they're likely to be really sick and might not even know it. And studying this mystery person might be able to help scientists better understand why long COVID infections happen and how to treat them. So they're trying to find this person. And it would be very weird for you to kind of raise your hand to this. Hey,
that's my poop.
Is it me? Was I the one who did this? They have not found them yet, but they're looking for whoever has this mystery strain in Ohio right now.
I mean, is the answer testing a lot of people voluntarily? Or, I mean, do you know that it's something that, like, the swab test would pick up?
Mm-hmm.
Do they say, like, how they intend to find this person?
I don't know. I think they're going to keep trying to hone in on where they are.
And for the last 2 years, they probably don't have any symptoms.
Well, isn't the weirdest thing that they can detect just one person's different strain and all of that stuff? That stands out? I wouldn't have thought.
Maybe they just have very particular looking poo.
Maybe it is. I don't know what's going on with it.
It's bright orange.
There's something about this that is raising their concern and making them stay on top of this and try to find the person responsible. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady on YouTube says, I would stay hidden. I don't want to be a lab rat. Yeah, they might do some experiments on you. If they find out you're that person, they might have some very interesting questions for you. Before we go to you, this is a story that I hope Courtney doesn't hear. All right. Hopefully she's not listening to the show right now because she already has. I've told you guys about this before. She has a rational or irrational, depending on how you want to look at it, fear of escalators. She's not a fan of the escalator.
Well, there have been some crazy videos we've seen in the past.
She always
getting their hair stuck in there.
Or like their Crocs. The Crocs always get stuck in those things at the end. She's always scared, and she hops on and then stays perfectly on the step, and then she hops off when she gets to the end, like a little bunny rabbit or something.
Last time I was at the theme parks, the not escalator, but the walking, moving walkway, they increased the speed a little bit.
Oh, did they?
You go for the hop off, and you're actually just in a light jog after that. Like someone's gonna get hurt.
They're trying to fire people into that park, I guess. I didn't know they could speed those things up. But in South Korea, in the subway, it was crazy. It was like super busy time in this subway.
Super busy time.
And in rush hour, a.k.a. super busy time, unexpectedly, obviously, the escalator started to go in reverse. And it was going at a high rate of speed in reverse.
Reverse!
And it was just like throwing all of these people off the escalator, injuring more than 14 people.
Wow.
In a scene that they said looked like...
They forgot to one hop this time?
A disaster movie. Let me see if I could find the footage. South Korea escalator, because what I saw earlier was absolutely
not a giant
wild.
button that is emergency stop?
There is, but I don't know if they were
work?
able to get to it in time. Okay, here's the footage for those of you watching us. I'll describe it for everybody else. You see them in the subway. It's really kind of smoky looking there. I don't know if they got wildfire issues over there too. But, all right, it's starting to go backwards.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. Yeah, they're all coming down at once.
Wow, that is really fast.
And it was a big escalator because it just started shoving all these people down and into each other.
Then it stops abruptly?
I think maybe somebody finally hit the button because I see them messing around with the right side of it.
Well, that's nightmarish.
That is freaky to see. And
time for a new camera.
Yeah, you can barely see anything on this. This is like when you go to the gas station, and the gas station has a security camera that's blurry as hell. But in this case, everybody was all right, but they got injured. 14 people were injured in this situation. Let's go to you. Let's see what's happening where you are. Here is Tom chiming in about my issue with the 401k situation. Hello, Tom. Hang on. Let me get Tom going.
Tom, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Tom is right here.
Hi, Sean.
Hi.
Sabrina. and C-Lane.
Tom?
Hey, just a thought. Before you cast doubt and laugh it off, remember who dealt it.
What? Oh, my God.
If you don't believe me, just
I don't
Google
have the energy for this.
I have no idea what he's talking
I think
about.
he's talking about like the Ohio pooper.
No, he said 401k in his description of the dispatch.
Whoever
who dealt it.
Remember who dealt
that
it?
smelt it.
I don't know. You got to be a little more
the other way
specific,
around?
Tom. That was very, very bad.
He thought that was a slam dunk, I think.
Oh,
All right.
it was not.
Here is Guitar Slinger chiming in about the smoke right here.
Smoke on the water.
I had a feeling.
Knew this was going to happen eventually. Let's go over to somebody more helpful. Here's Lisa G.
Hey, Sean, Sue Lane, Sabrina, Fritzy. Happy Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Wait, is this from
On
yesterday?
This Canada wildfire stuff. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was actually in Jacksonville, Florida, up until yesterday. And this morning, when I walked outside here in North Carolina, it was actually really hazy. And I had an appointment as I was driving north in the city. It got even hazier. So
yeah, it's bad everywhere.
It is hitting us in the Carolinas. Not as bad as New York, but still hazy. So hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday and wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
It's amazing how far and wide that stuff spreads. And it's just smoke over a big portion of the United States of America from those Canadian wildfires. All right, join us on the show. Send your dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. One more. Here is Michael chiming in.
Hey, Sean. C-Lane. My favorite Sabrina in the house. I'm not buying it, dude. The cameras are too readily available these days, and you see something like that, at least for me, the first thing I think is, I'm rich, bitch. Give me a phone. Let me record this. Forget the police. I'm calling TMZ. Anyways, y'all have a great day. I don't believe it.
He's not wrong. If you have footage of some aliens scurrying around.
I mean, you could get on the phone with 911 and still have photos or pictures.
Well, there was at least,
those are the same thing?
There was at least two
Videos,
people.
pictures.
There was at least two people. So one of them could have called 911. The other one could have gotten some photographs or some video of these 8-foot tall to 10-foot tall aliens that they claimed they saw in Las Vegas. Yet nobody did. That part is strange.
Yeah, I call baloney.
Some of the other parts are strange as well. Here's Funny Name talking about the Escalator. Oh, hang on. Jesus, everything is going sideways for me today. Excuse me. Here is VW Shane with the dispatch.
Trying to make this dispatch a little more brief. Sorry for my cat purring. He's excited to be on the radio.
That's fine.
David Gersich, I believe is how you would say his name, is who we need to be paying closest attention to right now in regards to UFO stuff. He is a former intelligence person, I believe, high-ranking in the Pentagon, and he's basically gone through the whistleblower channels to say that the U.S. has been covering up and collecting UFOs, crashed and by other means captured. And supposedly there's also pilots that have been captured.
Really?
He is, if he were found to be lying or if proven false, he's facing criminal charges, right? So it's definitely his best interest to be telling the truth. I believe he's going to be interviewed by Congress soon.
Interesting.
I would watch
If you go to the UFO subreddit and sort by top for the last week, all the top posts are about him and his story.
Okay.
It's very interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that plays out.
UFO subreddit's got to be an interesting place to be.
Some characters over there, I'm sure.
I bet if Fritz actually was here, he would have information or know about that guy.
Is he big on UFOs?
Yeah, and especially when he used to do Fort Fritz, like they would explore that a lot. I know he at least reads up on it.
Yeah, paranormal stuff is huge. There's big communities for that, but this stuff seems like it's getting more real to me.
In the last couple years, the U.S. released a bunch of declassified documents, and then Spain had done it maybe a year or two before that.
They released a bunch of videos, too, and they were like, these are the things that we investigated, and we could not answer what they were, and it looked like technology that was beyond the scope of human beings. I don't know. It's a lot of weird developments out in that world for sure. It used to be kind of crazy town, but I think there's more stuff happening there lately. All right, when we come back, we're going to hear from you, plus a huge, huge story in the world of sports, and who better to talk about that than us right here on the show. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
3 decades of real radio. That's 1,560 promotions meetings without one salesperson getting punched. Although it was close. A few times. It's Real Radio's 30th anniversary, and we couldn't have done it without you.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Orange Blossom Trail, northbound and southbound at Americana Boulevard. The right lane is blocked due to an accident on State Road 408 ending westbound at I-4 exit 10. There's congestion on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and after Osceola Polk Line Road. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
I'm back, and look at all the Fresh from Florida produce I brought home.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
It's refreshing to know that locally grown Fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout. I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Hi, this is Osceola County Sheriff Marcos Lopez. Please join us Saturday, June 10th at the Promenade Sunset Walk for the 2nd annual Teen Driver Challenge Car and Truck Show. See you there.
Live music from DJ K1X and the Society Band. Over 30 restaurants and shops, demonstrations, simulators, police helicopter, and more. Car show entry $30. All proceeds benefit the Teen Driver Education Program. Free admission and parking for spectators. Show car tickets and all info at sunsetwalk.com.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
As road pros, we know how to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, from making alternate routes to finding the best cup of coffee on the road.
And how to help get better mileage.
Yep. Yeah, all diesel fuels are not the same.
Yep. Synergy diesel-efficient fuel from Exxon and Mobil stations helps you get further down the road. Helps keep your engine cleaner, you know?
Keep this baby running. That's the goal. Get the job done and get home.
Yep. Pros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Learn more and find a station at Exxon.com. Compared to diesel without detergent additives. Results may vary.
Looking for affordable prescription prices? You can easily find the lowest prices for prescriptions by visiting myfloриdarx.com. It's simple to use our price transparency tool to compare drug prices at pharmacies across Florida and make the best informed decision. Unlock the power of transparency right now at myfloриdarx.com. Take control of your health and wallet with myfloриdarx.com.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Looking for more energy? Amino Energy by Optimum Nutrition is now available at 7-Eleven for only $2.49. Or now 3 for $5 through June 27th. From morning wake up to afternoon pick-me-up, Amino Energy serves up 0 grams of sugar and refreshing fruit flavors. Grab one today at 7-Eleven and get more from your day. There's more of you and you with Amino Energy.
Get peace of mind for life with the new lifetime warranty at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Things about what's happening with all this smoke over the United States of America. In fact, one of my favorite things about it is that it's happening to New Yorkers, and New Yorkers react the best. The New Yorkers who are facing this down are like freaking out all over social media about this.
We chain smoked cigarettes our entire lives, and all of a sudden we can't handle a little smog.
Have you seen this video, Sabrina, that is going viral out there with all the New Yorkers reacting to the smoke of the city?
I don't think so.
C-Lade found this, and then
my FYP is currently all Vanderpump.
This is actually a couple videos that I just spliced together.
Okay, you found different videos of these people reacting, and of course, because they're New Yorkers, there's a lot of cursing in it.
Couple Instagram pages did the heavy lifting for me. I just, I just downloaded them.
Spliced them and then censored them, and you get to see how New York is reacting to all of this smoke just covering the city, turning it orange, making it like there's zero visibility in some places, and providing for these insane visuals we've seen over the last couple of days. Here's New York reacting.
We're over here in Canada. You think you can stop us, Mo? You see that flag in the back? That's the only one that counts. You want to send smog our way?
Dude.
Oh, you believe these guys in Canada?
I'm just being outside. I might catch emphysema, bronchitis, gingivitis, every fucking itis you could think of.
I remember when everybody was talking shit about me for getting a Dyson. Now y'all all going,
Oh,
New
it's
Yorkers.
smoky as could be over here, bro. I'm sucking in. I'm blowing smoke rings like they're smoking Newports.
What a gorgeous fucking day.
I'm here in Jersey. I'm here in Canada. What's
it's
fucking
crazy
next? They all
looking.
traveled
It is.
into New York and said, "Hey, take a taste of this, you freaking bacon, egg, and cheese suckers." Fresh air.
In the background of all of these, where you should see the New Yorkers, it's like yellow, crazy, orange, crazy, smog colored. And they're just out there trying to make their way through all of this stuff that they're facing. And we're sending C-Lane that way. He's going to go over there to hopefully have a... Is the concert that you're going to see outside or inside?
Outside.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
And so we started off with talking about how they canceled the New York Yankees game and they canceled some of the Broadway plays.
When's the show supposed to be? Saturday?
No, it's tomorrow.
Oh, so that's
buddy.
gonna be tight. Hopefully it'll clear up and you won't have to face any problems there. But yeah, there was flights that were delayed and all kinds of stuff. The visibility was just that bad. They said officials in New York and New Jersey have just urging residents to stay indoors as much as you possibly can. The air is dangerous and unhealthy. All thanks to you, Canada. What are you doing to us?
Sorry.
They gave out 1 million N95 masks at transportation hubs through the 5 boroughs. And there's a whole bunch of people who are just kind of panicking over this whole thing. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And Godspeed. Hopefully the concert goes on okay. And hopefully the New Yorkers can pull through this thing because they're a little shaken up by it, it looks like. Meanwhile, down in Miami, they are excited and partying as it has been announced that the amazingly talented Lionel Messi is going to be joining the Miami soccer team.
First of all, he just goes by Messi.
Messi is his last name. Yes, that's what people call him.
Yep, he's, from what I understand, the inspiration of the character in the third season of Ted Lasso recently.
Is he really? The guy who, scores insane goals?
Saza, something like
that?
Yeah. But yeah, this Messi's supposed to be the greatest soccer player of all time.
He's a legend.
Currently. And goes by, he's the seal of soccer.
Yeah, he's an absolute legend. He just turned down a $400 million offer from the Saudi Football League to go to Miami. And there was a lot of different reactions to this. Some people thought it was bad that it's kind of making Major League Soccer turn into like a retirement league for the older players. But most people that I saw were really positive about, hey, how cool that we can now see these people who are world famous in soccer. We could see them play because they're going to be playing all around the United States of America.
I think both of those things can be true. I mean, when Orlando City first joined MLS, it was huge that they got Kaká, and he was like the big star for a while. But I mean,
and then he retired.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
So he joined the Miami MLS team. But here's the crazy thing: I've never heard anything like this before. He's going to get his salary, obviously, from Miami's team.
You know that's owned by, right?
Isn't it owned by David? No, David Beckham is the Los Angeles one. Is it David Beckham?
David Beckham, I thought, started the Miami one. Now I'm doubting myself.
You might be right. I don't know. I just remember he was involved with one of the MLS teams because a lot of these players who are huge have gone over there. But Miami's team is big and popular. And David Beckham is one of the founders or people behind the company.
And I'm silly because I should have definitely known that when they came to play Orlando City, I think last year, maybe the year before for the first time, I found out after the fact that not only was David Beckham in the suite, but so was his wife.
Oh, really?
Posh Spice. And
they were all there?
They were watching me the entire time and I didn't do any Spice Girls lines.
All right, this is crazy. Ready? In addition to his salary, Messi will receive a cut of the revenue from new subscribers to Apple's MLS season pass.
You're kidding me.
So imagine if a football player was so big and so good that not only did he get his salary from the team, but new subscribers to the NFL season pass, he would get a portion of that.
MLS.
He would get I'm saying if it was with a football example. It would be like that kind of thing happening in the NFL. But yeah, he gets a portion of the revenue from new subscribers to Apple's MLS season pass, and a profit sharing agreement between him and Adidas is also in the works. They said he'll likely have a chance to buy a stake in an MLS team when he's done playing, echoing the deal that David Beckham got when he joined LA Galaxy, which ultimately led to him co-owning Inter Miami. So you see the pathway here. These people are huge in European soccer, and then they come to the United States for MLS. They play out their final years, and then they get to a path to owning one of the teams, which is cool. I think that's really good for MLS. You know, soccer in the United States has had a lot of struggles, and now it seems to be promising that you're getting kind of big names like this. So there you go. Ticket sales for the Miami versus LAFC match on September 3rd jumped from $81 a piece to $422 a piece.
Yikes.
On the announcements.
I'm told by my people that the match between Orlando City and Miami sold out before they even announced Messi was signing because everybody pretty much knew Messi was going to sign.
Wow.
So they just updated. It gave an announcement, Orlando City did, starting, I guess, June 8th. Priority access will be available to those purchasing new pro-rated season ticket memberships and then group tickets, but a limited number of the single game tickets will be made available closer to the game. As far as what you were able to get leading up to it has been sold out.
Wow, so this has an effect on the entire damn league.
That's going to be a big game.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing.
I'm nervous.
So there you go. Tell us your thoughts on that, and we'll see what you think. Sean on YouTube says, soccer equals the boring. What
do you like, baseball, bro?
A lot of older folks seem to hate soccer. It was like an older American thing. Soccer is stupid, which doesn't make any sense because when I was growing up, almost every kid played soccer. Like almost every kid was on a soccer team growing up. And we played Little League baseball and then like Pee Wee football and all that. But then afterwards, people just kind of dump on it for some reason. All right, real quick, before we get to your dispatches, you can comment on anything that you want to over at thenewsjunkie.com. Meanwhile, there was a emergency at Disneyland over in California when a guest jumped out of the iconic Splash Mountain log ride after suffering a possible panic attack. They said, somebody says, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing?" And a girl who was presumably on the log in front of them suddenly jumps out of it and starts walking on like the little pathways on the side of the ride.
Right. For the engineers.
She said, "I can't. I'm about to have a panic attack." Shocked, confused, and worried. I was concerned if she was okay and where she was going. They reached out to Disneyland for comment. The thing that I thought of was, if you're having a panic attack on Splash Mountain, maybe rides aren't for you. Maybe rides are just something that you should avoid.
Or maybe it's the perfect place, because don't they say when you're having a panic attack to go splash some water on your face?
Yeah, it could help out on the way down. That's not a bad ride. The Splash Mountain is like baby stuff. That's not even as scary as the Mummy, I wouldn't think, or like any comparable ride like that. The rides aren't for you. You might want to take a break from them. Let's go over to you. Let's see what you have going on. And we go over to Bong Knight with a dispatch.
No, Messi was not the inspiration for Zaha. It was Sultan Ibrahimovic.
Who
is the inspiration? Come on, Sabrina.
Sorry.
I've never even heard of that guy. At least I've heard of Messi before this.
Jeez.
That one I was not familiar with at all.
Ibrahimovic also retired this week.
Oh, did he? And he's not going to an MLS team, though?
Not yet.
All right, here's a weird one. Husky Hemsworth says, Thor's hammer and elephants. I don't know what that means.
Good morning, junkies.
Good afternoon.
Just sitting here on my morning scroll before work. I come across a little clip of Theo Vaughn and Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
I guess the algorithm knows that I like them both because I see them both often. And they're talking about Thor's hammer and how it was forged in the core of a dying star.
All right, we'll just stop you there, Husky. Thank you for that, I think. One more for now. This one's going to be the best of the best. Here's Meat Pop with a dispatch.
What's going on, junkies?
Hey!
I didn't get to see the video of that human escalator flying everybody off, but in my head, all I can imagine it was like a jackpot, like somebody hit the jackpot, and all of a sudden humans are just.
It was. It was. They were stuck in this tiny little area. Obviously, there's not a lot of area to move around in on an escalator, and it seemed like it was a pretty steep one, and they all just come down all at once and crash into each other. It was an absolute mess. Join us with your dispatch. You can do that at thenewsjunkie.com. There is information that suggests maybe Donald Trump could be indicted again here, with the Justice Department informing former President Donald Trump's legal team that he is a target in a federal investigation into the possible mishandling of classified documents. That goes back to the whole thing where they had the raid on Mar-a-Lago, and there was like boxes that they were asking for, and Trump's people weren't giving him access to the boxes. And I think there was some story that once said at the bar at Mar-a-Lago, there was like a classified document on display, like to show it off. And
now that's pretty cool.
And I was like,
I would be taking selfies with that.
Yeah, I guess they had one up there.
And then what was the other thing about Mar-a-Lago that they're investigating right now? Like the pool guy?
No, oh yeah, I heard something about that too, because what did they say? The pool like overflowed and like ruined a server room or something?
It flooded a room that had classified documents or had something that would have been incriminating evidence.
Yeah, there was something about this pool guy that they were looking into. There's a lot of
you know you got money when you go, hey, we need to hide some evidence here. Let's just overflow the pool and flood an entire room, and nobody's going to connect those dots.
We can fix this afterwards. They said prosecutors' decision to inform Trump he's a target crystallizes that special counsel Jack Smith's investigation is focused on Trump's actions and not just the actions of people around him. So there's some wondering right now over whether or not he is going to be indicted again. He could be facing multiple cases during the election, which is already going to be weird and stressful and intense. And now you have the potential that you have that going on as well. It says the Justice Department regulations allow for prosecutors to notify subjects of an investigation that they have become a target. Often a notification that a person is a target is a strong sign an indictment could follow, but it's possible the recipient is not ultimately charged. That basically is saying if they come to you and they go, hey, Christopher Lane, we are targeting you in our investigation. Most times that leads to Christopher Lane then being handcuffed or at least indicted. You got to go in and get the charges against you and all that stuff, much like was done in New York City when Trump went through that situation. Although when I look back, that didn't turn out to be that big of a deal.
No.
It was like a handful of people in the streets.
It's a much ado about nothing. I mean, they had cameramen and news organizations all over the place waiting for the glimpse. They barely got the glimpse.
Yeah.
And then it was like, bye.
I thought there'd be a speech, I thought there'd be like a bunch of people pissed off, a bunch of people supporting. It was like nothing.
There was one picture from inside the courtroom. No video, no audio.
He looked upset in that picture.
Yeah. But it also makes me kind of curious that if they do another indictment, like, okay, guys, are you going to go through all that again? Are we going through all of this again? All the live streams, or have we pretty much learned our lesson that was a waste of an entire day for many, many people?
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with this. It could be a big deal, maybe nothing. Just all this stuff piles up over time. What do you think about it? Go to thenewsjunkie.com or download the app, which you can get in any of the app stores. Search for The News Junkie and set up your account. Takes just a matter of moments. And then send us your first dispatch. We'll be nice. Go do that and join the show. All right? When we return, we're going to get to a mystery happening in a neighborhood that sounds like a real great mystery to me, actually. I'd be excited if this was happening to me, and I'll tell you what's going on. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You can always text us unless you're driving at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and after Osceola Polk Line Road. There's delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Sand Lake Road. Authorities are clearing up an accident on State Road 408 ending westbound at I-4 exit 10. Watch out for delays northbound and southbound on Orange Blossom Trail due to an accident at Americana Boulevard. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
There's a lot of great businesses in Florida and Central Florida in particular, but none better than Mills Air. Leon Mills started this company. I sat down one time and was asking him how it all got started. He said he just wanted to help people, wanted to get them in a better situation. And he saw that there were so many predatory companies out there that were just trying to squeeze the most money out of everybody and not being fair. But with Mills Air, you're going to get a great deal. You're going to get a great technician that's coming out to your house to get you back in working order. Make sure that your air conditioner works every single time you want it to. They've been in business since 1992, so as you know, that's over 30 years of experience in doing this stuff, and they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. They can get you up to $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You see, you can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today to schedule your appointment. Here's the number, 407-277-1159. Or if you forget that, you probably will. You won't forget this. Go to millsair.com.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale Friday, June 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders can score tickets and other awesome experiences before anyone else for 48 hours only or while pre-sale tickets last.
Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details.
What's in your wallet?
Hey, Magic fans, when you're heading out to the Amway Center or anytime you're away from your business, commercial, or residential property, or you have a special event and you want to be sure that you're well protected, contact American Protection Services and Investigations, proud partner of the Orlando Magic. For a full list of our security services, dial 833-4APSI. Over 30 years in the business, your safety is our top priority because your business is our business.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs is stacked high with honey ham, smoked turkey, and slow-smoked beef brisket. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Smokin' Triple Stack Sub. Get it for a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs. Participating U.S. locations. Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Carlos Mencia on June 9th and 10th.
I don't even get drunk without my fat friends.
Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail servers, and wait staff, food runners, dish. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
GiveMeTheVin.com now has 40 offices around the U.S. 40. We did $2 billion in buys last year, $2 billion with a B, because we pay the most, we're easy to deal with, and we take care of you, the customer. That's why we have 4 stars, the highest rankings of any car buyer. GiveMeTheVin.com dominates. Why? Because we take care of our customers. They don't call me America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
If you're a pro painter, do you know how much you're paying per gallon for paint? Paint stores try to convince you that you're getting a good deal with deep discounts. But what they don't tell you is their starting price is too high to begin with. If you buy paint from the Home Depot, you're getting the lowest price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Plus, pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is. Dave, tell our listeners about the produce that's in season.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon, frappers, spinach.
Wait, hold it. You're just putting fra in front of produce.
Yeah, as in fresh from Florida.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. You don't need to make up words.
Really?
Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
Don't you mean .from?
Really?
Visit healthfinder.fl.gov to get the information you need to make better healthcare decisions. At this one-stop shop, you can compare drug prices at pharmacies, check your hospital's patient safety record, or find the average cost of outpatient procedures. With up-to-date information at your fingertips, you'll be able to trust your healthcare choices and save money with healthfinder.fl.gov. At the click of a button, you can make safe, affordable healthcare choices and enjoy a better healthcare experience with healthfinder.fl.gov.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Radio.
more dispatches in just a moment. And a story about a mystery unfolding on a neighborhood that some people are loving and some people are saying enough is enough about. At the start of the show, I told you, just in case you missed this, that I was a little stressed today and super distracted because last night I was looking at some of my financial stuff. I was just trying to take a peek. You know, every couple of months you look in there, you see what's going on. And I had an old 401k from a job that I worked previously, and it was gone. It was a zero. And I said, what the hell's happening here? And I looked over and it said, in the account, it said withdrawn, zero balance. And this was a significant amount of money. So I go, oh my God. It was the middle of the night, so I can't call anybody. And I'm freaking out and thinking of all the possible things that could be going on. And then I realized one of the things that made me most concerned, and I am so bad at this. I have got to fix this, all right? I have a habit of, if I move, like I moved to this house, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago or something, I will leave my old address on stuff. I won't do that thing where you go back and you like change and update your address everywhere. And there's places, I'll do it at the obvious places, but like obviously I've forgotten.
You do it at the places that affect you. Like you do it like
the ones that I notice.
It's like if you change your credit card, like if one of your credit cards gets canceled, and you kind of think of all the places that you're supposed to do it, and it's not till like you get on Netflix and you're like, oh damn, I can't watch Stranger Things right now. I haven't given them my new credit card number. Like there's it's stuff that you don't think of always, and you're like, I should have changed that.
I didn't think I had my old address on this 401k that mysteriously vanished, and I go, God, man, I should have gone around and updated all of that stuff.
Maybe it's in that that website that you go to that says
Mystery Money?
Yeah, the money waiting for you.
Somebody last night was like, hey, I'll get it back for you for $10,000. I almost cut a deal. Like, I was like, I might lose this whole thing.
What?
They're messing around, of course. They don't actually have access to get the money back. I don't know that I'm either.
Who are you talking to?
Just somebody on Discord when I was in a panic attack. You know, after all this happened, I'm freaking out.
So you went and told strangers on Discord?
I was like, has anybody ever had this happen to them? So I could get some advice from other human beings.
That's part of what happened to the tech writer that talked about. It was still at a time where people didn't know a lot about Bitcoin, and he bought some and he put it in like one of those electronic wallets, like a physical thing that you can hold, but your money is never actually in the wallet. It's always on the blockchain. No matter what gadget you buy, it's on the damn blockchain. And so he realized, he's like, I bought this Bitcoin for a story, and now Bitcoin is soaring, and I can't get to it.
Yeah, you're locked out.
And one of the things that he goes through in it is he's reaching out to all these people online to try and see if there's a way he can hack this thing because of the password. I mean, it's a whole story. And they're like, we will for half of what you got.
Yeah, they want a piece of the money.
Yeah.
Of course they do. And you can't exactly go to Bitcoin Incorporated and say, sir,
hello, Mr. Bitcoin,
I'd like my money's back. So, I mean, I think there's a couple of possible things that could be happening. And Crazy Drunk Cat Lady is right. One of them is this. They probably switched banks or another company took it over. That absolutely could be the thing that happened here. And I just didn't hear about it. I wish I would have.
But if that's the case, that's why I'm saying you should. I mean, I wasn't totally joking when I said look into that website where it's the found money.
I'll have to if I don't have any other choice.
If they switch banks, tried to contact you, couldn't contact you, it's the same thing that happens with like. I think I dialed my parents' names and numbers into this, and it was like old stocks, or old dividends that they couldn't find who to pay.
Yeah, I got some money from that thing one time. I like that thing when you search it, and I had some like Google money from some like.
I'm still getting mailbox money, but it's not mailbox money anymore because we live in a new century, baby, where the mailbox money comes straight to your Venmo.
I don't know why. Every time I talk about the mailbox money things, I don't actually do it.
You never do.
And then
I just got $30.
C-Lane walks in like 2 days in the past couple of months. He's like, got me some more mailbox money. I'm like, why am I not doing this? I'm talking about it. I know about it. I'm aware of it. All I'd have to do is take the time to do it, and yet I didn't. so I lose out on that. And lose out on this.
Did you do the Facebook one recently? I got an email about that.
I did get a bunch of messages about it, but I didn't do that one either, and I should.
Sometimes all you need is just a little mild perjury. Just sweet perjury.
Why not? eFresh Rocks on Twitch says, maybe it was one of the over 1,500, or 150,000 rather, emails you hadn't opened. Oh, I got a lot more than that that are not open, but I used to. I have no idea what it is. I don't know if it's a huge problem or, not bad, or I just don't know. Naomi on YouTube says, our company changed 401k providers and we didn't receive various warnings by email or mail. If Wasson didn't update his physical address, maybe see if there was an email in the junk folder from them. I checked that last night. I didn't find anything. It just made me more scared. But I don't know. I mean, I'll figure it out today. I'm going to call these people, and hopefully it's a bunch of money. I don't want to lose it, for God's sake. There is a mystery unfolding.
I'll call the people for you.
You want half of the monies? There's a mystery unfolding in a neighborhood called Highland Park.
Hey, wait, I know that.
And
Tampa area?
No. This
Never mind.
is in California. It's
a lot of Highland Parks.
It's by Los Angeles, I believe. And I'm trying to figure out, we know tech. We're good with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Trying to figure out what is going on here. Because they said in this neighborhood, people keep getting mysterious Uber Eats deliveries. And they're showing up like around the clock. One guy gets every single day Uber Eats deliveries to his house. They drop off the food. I guess some of them are probably eating them. Some of the people say, I don't even have an Uber Eats account. I don't know what's going on here. But this one neighborhood, over and over and over, there's these mystery Uber Eats orders that are showing up, and people are kind of frustrated, kind of thinking it's funny. And I'm just looking at it going, what's happening?
Where did you say Highland Park was?
Highland Park is somewhere in California.
California could be, that's where Silicon Valley is, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, that's San Francisco.
Yeah. So that could be near an area where they're testing. They have like a test.
Well, they wouldn't tell anybody?
System for Uber Eats. Well, maybe they forgot to turn the test on.
That's the best theory I have so far. Otherwise, there's a mystery person who has an Uber Eats app and is just ordering to all sorts of random houses.
Very nice of them.
All week long. This one guy says it happens to him every day. Here's KTLA talking about this because this is wild.
Hi, Lou. Hi, Glenn.
Hi.
Several residents I've spoken to in this neighborhood say for a while the deliveries stopped, but now they have started receiving them once again. Unsolicited Uber Eats orders. They didn't pay for them. They didn't put the orders in. Their names aren't associated with them in any way.
No, eFresh Rocks on Twitch says it's somebody using your 401k money to gift Uber Eats to everybody.
That's very nice. This is going towards a good cause.
Wouldn't that be a son of a bitch if we found out those two were connected?
It remains a question. Who is sending them? Why this neighborhood? And what is the motivation?
What is going on here?
I feel like
it's a promo thing.
If I were getting...
Well, Uber Eats would say if it was a promo, wouldn't they?
No, like that restaurant is like, opening up. It's brand new. And you send people free food. And they eventually like, well, you know what? I do kind of like this. Maybe one day I'll order it for myself.
Right, that would make sense.
With my money.
But it's like McDonald's. Is the restaurants change. It's
then
different.
I delete everything I just said.
Some guy said I'm getting a Happy Meal every single day of the week with a milk.
Look at this freeze frame. Is it this guy?
this guy is one of the people.
Veneer City, baby.
He's getting the food, all right?
I feel like if I were getting random Uber Eats food just sent to me, my first thought would not be, I need to call the news.
I'd be like, I'm going to eat this free food
Hell
again.
Yeah.
I can't figure out what is going on here. Let's hear from this crazy guy.
The deliveries are back.
An unsolved mystery in this Highland Park neighborhood. Deliveries to residents from Uber Eats that they didn't order.
Wouldn't this be easy enough to sort out? Wouldn't, it comes with a receipt, doesn't it? Wouldn't it say?
The paper receipt might have a name on it, but it wouldn't have identifying information about your Uber Eats account.
Okay.
Like the account of the person who paid for the food.
So all it would say is who it was being delivered to, so you just see your information on it, and then you just be more confused.
Like it would just say Chris for me.
There's something going on here.
5 McDonald's orders, one a day with a little kid-sized milk in them.
Richie Coulter lives on Avenue 50, where the orders came in daily last week. Here's one left on his doorstep May 28th around 4 in the afternoon.
Why?
Another May 31st after midnight. His girlfriend seeing it and tossing it in frustration.
Well, she just threw it into the street.
Why?
That was a perfectly good Happy Meal.
I'd eat it.
Yeah, I would too in a second. Like, if I would be perplexed, but I would eat the food.
I mean, especially with McDonald's having the stickers that show that your food is safe.
Just fine.
I mean, the chances that something is poisoned in this food is like minuscule. This is just some other weird thing going on. But it shows her on the security footage just tossing the McDonald's that she got into the street in frustration.
It was so late at night, and this isn't the first round of phantom deliveries.
You know, they started in like February and March, and then they didn't happen for a while.
He said back then it was mostly from...
Oh, my God.
Wow.
It shows his house, and there's how many?
Hold on. Wait a second.
That's expensive, man.
Those are all different names, though.
Are they?
One's for Mark. One's for Catherine.
Amy.
It looks like there's another Amy in the back there.
So what we're looking at is a counter in this house, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Starbucks bags and 1 McDonald's bag. And you're right, most of them seem to have different names on them.
That sucks for Catherine, Amy, Danielle, and Mark.
Yeah, is there like a glitch in the app? We've got to figure this out.
Maybe the most ridiculous answer would be that there is a house nearby that Mark and Amy and Catherine live in, and they keep not getting their orders, so they're just reordering them or canceling them or getting refunds or something.
Real angry on the couch that they never seem to get this delivery.
Starbucks, one time 13 orders over 2 days.
Damn.
He put a sign on his door telling Uber Eats not to deliver. For a while, the delivery stopped until late last month.
Nobody knows why, and it's half funny and half really annoying.
Wow, we got to figure out what's going on.
Why is it really annoying? It's free food, man.
Yeah,
It can't be that annoying.
It isn't that annoying. I don't understand why they're getting so frustrated, but it is really weird.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just some person, and they think this is a funny prank. Let us know what you think. What could be causing this, and what would you do if it happened to you? Go to thenewsjunkie.com, set up your account, which takes just a second or two, and then send us your first dispatch.
So Sabrina thought that she knew where Highland Park was, and then commented that there must be a lot of Highland Parks.
Yeah.
So I Googled Highland Park. City of Highland Park, Illinois. Highland Park, Texas. Highland Park, MI, which is
Michigan?
Michigan. Highland Park, Pittsburgh Park Conservatory. Highland Park, New Jersey.
It's like Springfield.
Yeah.
Highland Park in Monroe County, New York. Probably a little smoky there right now. Park districts of Highland Park. That one doesn't say. Highland Park, Los Angeles. That's probably the one. But I had to go that far to get to Los Angeles.
Isn't there? But there's one in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Tampa area?
I think there is one over there.
That's Hyde Park.
When we
Damn
come
it.
back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Creators of South Park have revealed the astronomical amount of money they've spent renovating Casa Bonita, and it's, hey man, relatively plump. It's me, Carmen.
I got it.
All right. Justin Bieber's dad is getting roasted online for posting a whole bunch of stupid in one Twitter post, and it's even brought out a new online glossary term. A Reddit user has a theory about how an NBA playoff curse is being brought on by, of all people, Taylor Swift. Ooh, all that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
If Twitter is imploding, we're going along for the ride. Join us at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the upper 80s to low 90s. It's going to be a hot and humid day with a mix of sun and clouds, and then the chance for showers and thunderstorms moving from west to east across the state. We're looking at about 40 to 50% coverage this afternoon, bringing the potential for heavy rain, frequent lightning, as well as gusty winds at times. Make sure you're staying weather aware and have a great rest of your day.
This report is sponsored by Colonel Seasons, available at Kroger.
Colonel Seasons adds interesting to popcorn and golf.
Morton approaches with a bowl of popcorn. He's going for the jalapeno cheddar? I've only seen white cheddar on a course like this. Nifty rascal.
Colonel Seasons.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score. What if you knew where you stood with everything? Like your kids' friends.
Hey, boys. How do cows stay informed?
Dad, don't.
They read the Moo paper.
Mr. Otis, you're the funniest.
It's good to know where you stand. And when it comes to your FICO credit score, you can with a Wells Fargo account.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getfico to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. FICO is a registered trademark of Fair Isaac Corporation in the United States and other countries. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill.
Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
The new lifetime warranty at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Shop our huge selection of new Nissan inventory and get the best warranty with unlimited miles for an unlimited time. You have peace of mind for life. The lifetime warranty now at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Now open in Daytona.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
It's Jeep 4x4 season. Hurry in now for great deals. Now well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x2 for $449 a month for 39 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Chrysler Capital. Current lease must end by 7/1/24. Extra charge for miles over 32,500. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 7/5/23. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
HCA Florida Healthcare is here for everyone in your family at every stage of life, providing comprehensive, personalized care. Because healthier tomorrows are what we're all about. Learn more at HCAFloridaHealthcare.com.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is. Dave, tell our listeners about the produce that's in season.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon, freppers, spinach.
Wait, hold it. You're just putting fra in front of produce.
Yeah, as in fresh from Florida.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. You don't need to make up words.
Really?
Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
Don't you mean .from?
Really?
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
next episode in just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And don't forget, if you miss any of the show, you can always subscribe to the podcast. There's so many people who listen to the podcast, and hopefully you're next. So go get those links at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Well, always right here.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. Make sure to teach Pinkman how to do that. Very important. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and of course the Home Loans Radio Show that you can tune into.
Yeah.
As they say, tune in every weekend and get your questions answered live on the air. He's here to help you with the process of refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, and so much more. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. It was 64 years ago, 1959. This guy right here talked about him on Fritz on the Street. Gay.
Oh, Liberace.
Liberace is right, and he defended himself in court successfully. A lawsuit against William Connor, who called him, and I want to say it verbatim. God damn, I can't talk.
You got this.
A fruit-flavored, mince-covered heap of mother love, biggest sentimental vomit of all time, and a calculating candy floss.
Wow.
And Liberace responded with, I'm not sentimental.
All right.
And then he won.
Interesting back and forth.
Yeah, my favorite part was a mince-covered heap of mother love and a calculating candy floss.
I wouldn't even know if I should be offended after being called that. I would just probably sit there.
Candy floss sounds delicious.
You ever read like old British insults or like old insults that they would say to people in like Parliament or just
give us some.
He has a. I don't have any remembered. Memorized.
I'm going to take your word for it then.
1 foot out the door, guys.
It's all the smoke. It's the smoke in the air from the fires. It's doing it to us.
Let's go back over to the United States where we do remember some terms, and we know the term roasting, and that's exactly what's happening to something they call Justin Bieber's dad.
Yeah? What did he do?
You know the guy who commented on his own son's penis?
Yeah, that was weird.
He's a bit of a douchebag, and he continues to prove that. He decided to post some very ignorant and hateful comments.
What did he say about old Justin's hog?
He was like, that's my boy.
Yeah, he said like, got a monster or something. There's something
really
creepy.
Very creepy. And this is just plain old stupid. And response to Pride Month, because it is Pride Month, happy gay times. He says,
happy gay times.
Yeah, as they say. Don't forget to thank a straight person this month for your existence. And then there was this. We need to celebrate families. You know, the reason we're all here, the things this generation glorifies is unbelievable. And the responses were savage and perfect.
Gay, 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 gay.
Most people are hitting him with deadbeat dad comments like, hey, don't forget to thank your son for all the money you have. The same one you abandoned as a child.
Oh, he abandoned his kid when he was young?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know that.
He had Justin with Patty when the two were 18 and split shortly after. And then Patty raised Justin on her own. And then he became famous. And all of a sudden, Justin's dad comes back into the picture.
I always find it so weird when there's like somebody who's a young celebrity and their parents are kind of partying with them. And I remember seeing things where like Justin Bieber would be in Miami and his dad would be there, and his dad would be like drinking with him, and it's like.
But his dad also dresses like a douchebag.
Yeah,
he not
dresses
like a dad.
Like 2 decades younger than he is.
So, of course, something was also mentioned on Twitter, pointing out the obvious that straight people are not the only people who reproduce. I don't know if this is brand new news to everybody, but your sexual orientation does not stop the function of your reproductive organs.
I think he just means with each other.
The online thrashing even introduced a new term. I'm also new to it. Nepo daddy.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Nepo baby. The daddy one is new to me.
It makes complete sense. So there you have it. He did issue a weird and what they call bizarre apology for the offensive pride post.
How bizarre?
OMC style. He said after being met with a huge amount of fury, Jeremy removed the meme and issued a kind of apology, claiming he didn't intend to cause any hurt. He said he acknowledges the nuclear family is offensive. My apologies to those who were offended. So it's like, sorry, your feelings were hurt.
Okay.
So there you have it.
I made that apology before.
Yeah. Sorry you are feeling this way.
Sorry, you're a little bitch. But there you have it. He has more mirror selfies to come, I'm sure. Guess who's back in the news, but also in rehab?
Oh, well, Wendy Williams.
Wendy Williams is right. Currently in a treatment center amid her battle with alcohol abuse. A rep has confirmed Wendy is at a facility doing her best to be her best. She's taking it day by day. Now, there's a lot of people putting out negative information on Wendy Williams without ever asking how she was really doing. Why don't we ever just stop for a moment and say, hey, how is she? Is she doing okay?
No.
Hey, why is that not the focus? The comments come a day after the former Wendy Williams show host's son, Kevin Hunter Jr., shared his concerns for his mother's declining health, saying at this point, it is fatal if she does not get help immediately.
I still have no idea what's going on. I just see her.
I miss her so much.
She looks zonked out. She looks like she's drugged up, and then nobody ever has a reason for why this is. So I don't know what
Every
it
morning,
is.
though, I'm just like, I love Sherry, but it's no Wendy
It was
Williams.
a Sherry Shepherd who took over? Yeah.
I like Sherry.
I like her, but Wendy was unhinged.
Yeah,
you
she
never
said
knew. Like,
death to all of them.
I would be with all my work stuff, like just standing in front of the TV, like how much time do I have just to hear what crazy S she's going to say before a commercial break? The creators of the show right here,
South Park.
South Park is right. Hey guys, it's me, Kevin. Authority. It's getting better.
I don't know if it's getting
Okay.
better.
Well,
But there's only one way to go.
We talked about Casa Bonita. They took over the establishment, the restaurant, very famed.
Yeah.
After covering it in an episode, they bought it, I think, during the pandemic, right?
Did they buy? I think they bought the whole company, but was it down to just one of them? Because they used to have a bunch of Casa Bonitas. There was more than one, I believe.
I only heard of the one.
I don't know if they're just like. I guess it's just down to this one.
And then we had last week a guy who could not get, I guess, a pass to be one of the first people to go into the restaurant, so he decided to just camp out.
Yeah, he didn't get the invite.
And I still don't think he ever got in. But we have an update on the astronomical number that they have spent renovating Casa Bonita.
I just went there yesterday and again today. Cliff divers, black bars, cave.
Oh, I didn't know they had a whole song.
Oh, they do. You know the words.
My favorite place.
Casa Bonita. It wasn't quite infinity dollars, as Matt Stone joked, but they were urged to put a fork in the project at one point. Original cost of renovations was projected at $10 million.
Yeah.
When the figure reached $20 million, the advertisers were like, hey, let's pump the brakes a little bit. And then they said, no, we won't. How much have they spent?
Man.
Upward of $40 million.
Okay. It's only one location. At one time, there were three. There was the original restaurant, which closed down in 1993, and then a Tulsa location that closed down in 2011. And the Colorado location is where they did this. How many people do you think they can seat at Casa Bonita for like dinner, lunch, whatever?
I mean, it's pretty big.
Yeah, because I looked at it and I was like, oh man, that's
500?
No,
more.
Yeah,
1,000?
Yeah, more than that. 1,100 people.
What?
I was like,
Can you imagine being in a restaurant with 1,100 people
That's
inside? No,
huge.
thank you.
That is
How many kitchens does it have?
hopefully a lot, but it says
1,100 kitchens.
Seating capacity 1,100.
Wow, I'll take it. That is just a little bit under the amount of VHS copies of this movie that one super fan is trying to, he has currently in his possession.
Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
Titanic is right, and I am very scared to say that he is not stopping. He is currently 1,560 VHS copies of Titanic.
Why?
And he wants more. His name is JD, but he goes by Titanic Fan 97 on TikTok.
I'm not calling him that in person.
And he says...
You must.
He lives in, you guessed it, wait for it, Florida.
Oh, what are you doing to us, man?
And he's best known for his energetic love of the movie Titanic on VHS. His collection approaching 1,600 copies of the two-tape set. Although he's picked up about 300 himself, most from thrift stores and yard sales, the rest come from fans of him sending him copies of the VHS. And he says that he's not stopping there. He's not stopping till he has 1 million copies of Titanic on VHS. It was Jack Dawson mania. You already know what's going down. You couldn't escape it back in the day, and my family loved Titanic, so I blended myself and all the Titanic going around at the time. It began a bit of like a decade ago that he started collecting, and after 10 years, only 1,500 VHS copies.
This man
It's going to take you the rest of your life, sir.
This is not.
This is his hobby, man.
This is not a good hobby.
Titanic fan 97. So if you have one lying around and looking for someone to donate it to, look him up on TikTok. And we got it all wrong. And I want to leave you with this for the weekend. It's actually not a cheating song. It wasn't me.
Shaggy?
Yeah, it took long enough, but he says we misunderstood the message. And he's disappointed in us. Oh.
She caught me red-handed creeping with the girl next door. We were both buck naked.
Yeah, not a cheating song. It's an anti-cheating song, Sean.
Ah.
He says, there was a part in the record where...
Wow, your voice
Dump that.
disappeared. You got so low, it just disappeared.
There was a part in the record where it's a conversation between two people, and you have one guy, which is me at that point, giving that bad advice, like, yo, bro, how could you get caught? Just tell her it wasn't me. But at the end, the guy says, I'm going to tell her that I'm sorry for the pain that I've caused. I've been listening to your reasoning. It makes no sense at all. You might think that you're a player, but you're completely lost.
Ooh.
That's why it's anti-cheating.
Take that.
All right.
Cheaters.
Still sounded like it was pro-cheating. I mean...
Yeah. Have a great weekend. Yeah. That is really bad.
It's an interesting one.
So Google the boob tube.
Yeah.
That's all I could tell you. But follow your dreams on my own Instagram at Sabrina Amber. Give it a follow. Most importantly, wake me, man. Yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
I'm just gonna double down.
I think you're quadrupled down at this point. It's interesting to listen to, but it sounds more like
like a seagull being squashed by something.
Like some sort of creature, like if an animal learned how to talk. That's
me. Like a deaf eagle.
All right, see you later to our friends in Dallas on 97.1 The Freak, and we'll be back in just a moment. Send us your dispatches because we're going to get to those. You can send them at thenewsjunkie.com. A comedian, one joke. And I'll tell you the joke. One joke was so offensive, it has pissed off 2 entire countries. What did this comedian say? It's coming up next on The News Junkie.
From Hummers to EVs and everything in between. It's been 3 decades of Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for riding with us over 30 years.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on the Greenway heading southbound at Curry Ford Road. Exit 30, the left lane is blocked. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Sand Lake Road. Watch out for delays due to an accident off to the side on State Road 408 heading westbound at I-4, exit 10. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Pool season is here, but open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
This is the sound of the new Raspberry Watermelon Dunkin' Refresher. And sure, your ears might be all like, nope, that's just the sound of an ordinary iced coffee shaking in a cup. But this Sonata, created from a sweet yet subtly tart blend of raspberry and watermelon flavors harmoniously joining in a cup, it could only be the new Raspberry Watermelon Dunkin' Refresher. Try it and all the Dunkin' Refreshers this summer. Dunkin' Iced. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
My fellow Americans, R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. to help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride and declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is a land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$7 down requires state approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number N12354. $7 down, $3.99 per month for 84 months. 3.9 APR.
Rise and shine, honey. We don't want to miss our flight.
Our flight is in 7 hours. And we have TSA PreCheck with our Navy Federal flagship credit card.
TSA PreCheck. Getting my bugle through security will be so much easier now.
Learn how you can earn up to 3 times points on travel with the flagship credit card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Days. We're celebrating with lots of savings.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking for extra chairs to host my pickleball team dinner.
We have lots of offers to help you make the most of summer, including those pickleball dinners.
Oh, terrific.
Plus, buy your tickets for the Swedish Midsummer Buffet on June 23rd in store. Check your local store for more details or go to ikea-usa.com/midsummer. Offer valid 5/30 to 7/4, U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on ikea-usa.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next. And here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years. And right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote. Tobacco-Free Florida knows how hard it is to quit nicotine, which is why we offer different quit options to choose from for free, like 24/7 quit coaches available over the phone and free 2-week starter kits of quit aids. We're even experimenting with 80s pop music.
I'm giving you up, giving you up, giving you up. I'm letting you go, I'm letting you never come back to smoke. I'll never come back to smoke. I'll never come back. I'm giving you up.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
If you ride a motorcycle in Florida, someone can hit you and hurt you and legally not have insurance to pay you. Uninsured motorist coverage can help save you from financial ruin. Injured on the go? Just call Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
You gotta love the juice at Jersey Mike's. That zing of real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend is even better than the zing of a first kiss. No offense to Brenda DeMarche. It was a fine first smooch for me behind the bleachers. But there's nothing like when that zing of the juice hits your lips for the very first time. Years later, Brenda and I shared a Jersey Mike's sub with extra juice. We had a better time because neither of us had braces. Add a flavor zing with the juice. Jersey Mike's. A sub above.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Eating good is about more than just tasty food. Eating good is about doing good, too. And that's exactly what Fresh from Florida is all about. Supporting local Florida farmers, creating jobs in our communities, and of course, making sure you can enjoy all the fresh flavors Florida has to offer. Because produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
If you ever need our help, we're just a call away. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now, your chance at a trip to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword music to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's music to 200-200.
To your dispatches in just a moment. First, let's talk animals.
Yeah.
Whenever I see stories like this, I'm so interested in them, even though probably you guys won't be. I always think that it's interesting when two animals encounter each other when they probably would not naturally ever be in the same circumstance
Okay,
together.
first of all, how dare you? It's one of my favorite things of all time is interspecies relations.
Yeah, when you got but I'm talking about when you have, you'll see this on TikTok sometimes. Like if you saw, let's say a chimpanzee and then like a flamingo, or like two animals that you think would never encounter each other.
Yeah, a llama and a cow that were both abandoned, and then they go to a rescue group and
they're cute buddies.
It's the best.
And they go viral. This, I don't think, is going to be cute in that way, but somebody got this photo. It was a naturalist who was out off of the coast of Seattle, I believe.
A naturalist?
Naturalist.
Like they're naked?
No, not like that. I think they just are into
nature. Okay, got it.
Nature in general. And they snapped this photograph, and they didn't even know at first what they got. You can bring this up here. I'll tell everybody what's going on. Can you see what's going on? Can you see what's happening?
I see a whale.
Okay, you see a whale. Obviously, we got a killer whale there. We got an orca going on. And then she didn't even see it when she took the photo, but right here is a deer swimming in the water, crossing this body of water. And
deers usually don't fare well in big bodies of water.
No. But it was crossing this area, I guess, and I don't know why it was doing it, but it ends up next to this orca in the water, and I go, two animals that never should cross paths. Like these should never meet each other.
Deers can't swim.
Yeah, they can swim a little bit, I think. What's it doing here then?
I think it maybe fell.
Fell from where? It's way out in the ocean.
How is its head above the water without standing, and there's still that much orca next to it? It doesn't make sense.
Hold on, let me see. This story might tell us.
Take a look at this. A deer had a close encounter with an orca. You can see its little head to the right of the orca's dorsal fin. It happened over the weekend near Battleship Island. That's a small island northwest of San Juan Island. The Pacific Whale Watch Association says the photographer, Sam Murphy, reported that the Biggs orca swam right by, didn't seem very interested in the black-tailed deer. She surmised the deer probably didn't have enough meat on it to tempt the orca.
Oh, no, it wasn't big enough for the orca to eat it? Why not?
And thanks so much, photographer, for grabbing that picture and not helping the deer out of the water.
Well, you're not supposed to interfere with the wild animals?
The deer is not supposed to be swimming in the water. It's probably stressed out, drowning, and needs help back onto land.
I'm trying to see if they give any example as to or information as to why this thing may have been swimming here. Deer are excellent swimmers. Take that, Sea-Lane. And are known to be frequent visitors to the San Juan
I'm not the
Islands.
one that said that they couldn't swim. That was you.
I just don't think that.
I didn't say that.
Okay, it was me.
Oh, it was Sabrina, yes.
Yeah.
However, the Department of Fish and Wildlife estimated the population could rebound quickly, blah, blah, blah. So I guess this area is where these deer like to go, and they want to be on this island, and it ended up swimming right next to this big-ass orca, which that orca could have eaten this thing in just one swift bite.
That's a snack.
They can eat whatever they want. I mean, I think they eat sharks sometimes, I've heard. Like, they really go after animals like that.
The orca's like, no, deer's a little too gamey for me.
I don't want to eat this thing. I'm always interested in that. Like, when they show, like, a shark encountering an alligator, and you go, this is not supposed to happen. These two are not supposed to cross paths out there. I like to see animals in situations that they're not supposed to be in otherwise. If you were out there and you were on a boat or something, Sabrina, would you have helped this deer?
1,000%.
Okay, you would have gotten involved and you would have grabbed the deer out of the water and saved the deer. I would not have.
And then Free Willy would have jumped over my boat. I'd reached my hand out, but in my hand would also be that tiny deer.
That would be great if it was orchestrated that way, but
I see
in
what you
real
did there,
life,
orchestrated.
maybe not going to happen that way. Here's what I draw a line in the sand here. Here's my line in the sand. If an animal has happened upon human existence and is therefore endangered itself because of humans, I will save the animal. But if there's something going on just between two wild animals, that's their deal. It's not for me to engage myself in the situation. So, like, for instance, if there's a turtle trying to cross the road, well, the humans put the road there, and the humans got cars, and now the turtle's in danger. So I'll stop and I'll get the turtle, and I'll get it out of the road. But if I see a turtle fighting a hawk or something, they're on their own. I'm not getting involved in that.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same thing, but I have found myself in the complete opposite of a situation where I am having my morning coffee, have a little smoke, and then I hear a cat fight. And what did I do? Run with the coffee at hand, spill it everywhere, and break up the cat fight.
You got right in the middle of this
I
thing?
go, hey, enough out of you guys. Enough.
Like
And
they're teenagers
and they
fighting?
Split.
They're like little kids
I'm
out
not going to
there?
have any, cat massacre all up on my front lawn.
In that situation, I might do something like some dogs fighting. I'm talking about wild animals, right? Okay. If you saw a squirrel, little cute squirrel in the park, and you saw a hawk coming at the
There's
squirrel,
nothing I could do about that.
are you gonna say, "Oh my God, get out of here and help this squirrel," or nature should take its course, right? Because you don't know who's really the loser in that situation.
The squirrel would be.
No,
I
not
definitely know.
always. What if back at the nest that bird came from, there's a bunch of starving baby birds, and so the dead body of the squirrel feeds the birds.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that survival of the fittest, but if we're also in this residential area and this hawk is coming down and trying to grab Carl, I'll be damned if I don't break that hawk's
No,
neck.
of course you would do it in that situation. You would do it to protect your own animals. But like if I see, and Koalak on Discord says, this reminds me of the time I spent 30 minutes keeping fighting lizards apart. Yeah, I've seen this kind of thing.
Lizards? You have better stuff to do.
Yeah, if I see like, let's say I see a lizard and it's like wounded a little bit and ants are covering the lizard. I'm not helping that dude
Definitely
out.
dead.
Nah, that guy's done for, and the ants get to win the day. I'm not going to intervene with what's happening out there in nature. I leave it alone. I'll let them all eat each other and sort it out in the end. But yeah, I mean, if it's like somebody coming after Lady, that's all bets off. I'm going to do everything I can. Pretty crazy though. The photo.
It's a 10-foot alligator.
A 10-foot alligator going after Lady? I don't care. Could be the biggest alligator in the world going after Lady. I would try to get Lady out of the gator's path of destruction. Or out of the gator's jaw. I didn't even want to say that to think about it, but if that was the case, I would fight an alligator to try to save my dog. I would do that.
Yeah, I would hope so.
3 years ago, I probably wouldn't have said that.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't have said that.
You didn't have to ruin that.
Because
you had a nice moment.
Before I had Lady, I didn't have like a massive attachment to dogs. I never had my own dog other than Boomer, the beagle that we had in the backyard for like 3 weeks, wouldn't shut up, and my dad got rid of the damn thing. And other than that, I didn't have, like, we had outside cats.
Boomer was fed to a gator.
Boomer was given to my friend Jason Berger. And then Jason Berger and his family found that we were right, and the dog wouldn't stop howling, and brought him to the pound.
Wow.
But he was a beagle, and he was like a young one, so he probably got adopted real quick, I guess. Let's go over to you. Let's see what's happening where you are and play some of your dispatches. Here's TX with a dispatch. Let's see.
News junkie.
Hey.
Woo, woo, what it is. All right, so you were talking about species and people that shouldn't be together. Do you guys remember years back, man? I'm talking about years back, probably like 20 years. SeaWorld used to allow kids come down and sit on the killer whales.
Did they?
Ding, ding, ding. I was one of those kids, and my dad was scared out of his mind because the whole time I was sitting on the orca trying to get it to go back into the water. And the guys had the whistles, they're sitting there, they're like, this kid is going to get us sued. So, but if you remember that, great time at SeaWorld, man. Damn, miss those days.
I didn't remember them doing that.
Very lucky.
Yeah, I like
They
the
were
idea.
never. That was definitely pre the accident.
Right, because now they would never, ever, ever do this. They wouldn't even do it with trainers.
I got pretty close to the shark tank when I was feeding him one time, and my friend was like, dude, probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
I kissed a dolphin in the mouth once.
Well, they have the experiences and stuff there. They have like where you can interact. Sealand, you did that, didn't you? One time, you did some kind of behind the scenes thing at SeaWorld.
That's what I was talking
about.
about.
That was when the shark. Yeah. You don't want to fall in there because is that?
Oh, no.
Is that still called? Was it called like Terrors of the Deep or something like that? Or did they might have changed it?
No, it's different. You've been there.
Yeah, I know.
You go to the bar there.
Yeah, we used to go to the Sharks, the bar at SeaWorld.
I don't think it's called Terrors of the Deep anymore.
It was, I think, at one point in time. That's a pretty cool place, though. Here is 2 cents chiming in.
Happy Thursday, news junkies.
Saturdays.
Thanks for getting me through the
Monday,
week, man.
Tuesday.
We're almost to another one. Party Friday. Yay.
Yeah.
Sean, I just got one question for you.
Okay.
If it was a German Shepherd crossing the street, would you help it?
No,
You know what?
he would hit it.
Yeah, he's talking about the one that I hit with my car. That was not my fault. There was nothing I could do about that. I just sometimes
Were there other
am
cars
too
on the
honest.
road?
No, it was just the middle of the night in the
Okay,
acreage.
so you could have avoided it.
No, the dog jumped out in front of my car, and like I had no time to react. You know, why do you always have to make it like I'm the bad guy in every circumstance like this? Isn't it possible that I did not do anything wrong and that the dog jumped in front of my car?
When you say every circumstance like this,
Yeah, he makes
there's more than
blanket
one.
statements
No,
like that.
no. What I'm saying is,
Car versus dog.
I'm telling you, I didn't have to tell you guys the story to begin with, and I'm being
You
honest
bring it
with
up
you.
all the time.
That person, the dispatcher, brought it up. I am saying I was honest about this and said I've hit a dog before and it was sad, but there was nothing I could do. It like last second darted right in front of my car, and then I stopped and I got out, and I didn't have a gun to put it out of its misery. So I thought about hitting it with a tire iron or something, and then I thought maybe that would be worse, and went on with my day. I didn't do anything wrong in that.
These days, though, I mean, if you didn't have a gun to put it out of its misery and you decided to go plan tire iron, there was the tire iron
whacking
plan,
this thing with a tire iron,
and God forbid there's somebody with a camera nearby.
What's he doing? That would be
My
bad.
gosh.
You can't argue your way out of that one. That's not going to work. Here's John.
Hey, what's up, junks?
Not junks.
Yeah, not to burst your bubble, but something that's much larger than a deer is a moose, and they only have one natural predator, and that's killer whales, surprisingly.
For real?
When they're swimming across islands, a killer whale will 86 it. And, yeah, you know what? They both swam off into the sunset and lived happily ever after.
No, I don't think that's the way it happens. I've seen this before where killer whales, they'll eat anything. And when I think about it, I'm like, doesn't that taste weird to them? Like there will be a pelican resting on the water and the killer whale will come up to the surface and just gobble the pelican down. And you go, well, you're used to eating fish and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I guess they don't care. They're not discriminatory about what they're willing to eat when it comes to the killer whale. Here's N Orlando CC. No Orlando CC with the dispatch.
Hey guys, this is Kelly. I'm a new dispatcher.
Okay.
Never done this before.
Thank
Thought I
you.
would give it a try. You were talking about one of my favorite places in the world.
Casa Bonita.
Love Casa Bonita. Not sure it was worth $40 million, but it has all sorts of little rooms where you can eat. That's why they can seat so many people. There's a cliff diver in the middle of the place. There is caves to hunt and bats to see. Think Chuck E. Cheese, but Southwest style.
I'm
It's
hungry
great.
now.
Yeah,
So
I would go.
that's my
Would you
2
guys
cents.
go?
See
Yeah,
ya.
absolutely.
I would 100% go to Casa Bonita, but mostly because of the South Park stuff. Otherwise, I wouldn't have
I
even
just
heard of it.
Don't know if I am attracted to the idea of being amongst 1,100 other
That's
people.
a lot of people to be
What's
eating
the bathroom
with.
like in there?
It seems to me like I've just got this thing in my head where the larger the audience of people you try to serve, usually the worse the food is. It's just hard to make good food for that many people, but maybe they've found a way. They spent a hell of a lot of money trying to do it.
They even redid the menu. They had the help of a James Beard nominated executive chef.
Who's James Beard?
He's a big name in the cooking world.
Yeah.
And like they have the James Beard Awards for chefs, and it's a big deal. So maybe it's fancy now.
In November, Trey Parker and Matt Stone announced 3-time James Beard Award nominated restaurateur Dana Rodriguez would be the new executive chef. She said at the time she wanted to make sure this is a place where people will look forward to eating, drinking, spending time, and bringing friends, family, and visitors.
Well, that sounds good. I mean, I'm definitely willing to try it. And I told you about this comedian who now has 2 entire countries angry at her for a joke that she did. Her name is Jocelyn Chia. She posted video of her stand-up act on social media, sparking outrage in Malaysia and prompting Singapore officials to freak out over this whole thing. She made some crude remarks about Malaysia, and I think you can imagine what joke she made just by it being about Malaysia. Anyhow, she joked about Malaysian airplanes not being able to fly, drawing gasps from the audience. She continued, "Why? Malaysian Airlines going missing, not funny, huh? Some jokes don't land." And that was her joke. And pissed off 2 entire countries with this. This, of course, about flight MH370, which is the one that presumed to have crashed, but they don't know exactly what happened to this whole thing. All right, join us on the show. Send your dispatch. Tell us what you think about what's going on out there. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, important news about where the show is streamed. Some information coming in, and we'll get into that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
So we no longer have our blue check mark.
Actually, it was a white check mark surrounded by blue.
Don't be that guy.
Okay.
We're still at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on the Greenway heading southbound at Curry Ford Road, exit 30. There's congestion on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and after Osceola Polk Line Road. Watch out for an accident off to the side on State Road 408 heading westbound at I-4, exit 10. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome at the end of your first year. They automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you've earned, doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
Did you know that mortgage guy Don does a live radio show every Saturday? That's right, each week. On Saturday mornings right here on Real Radio 104.1, Don and his crew are answering your questions live on the air on the Home Loans Radio Show. If you're busy on Saturday mornings, don't you worry. You can listen to all the informative episodes, over 180 to be exact, right there on thatmortgageguyDon.com, or, of course, wherever you download podcasts. Just search the Home Loans Radio Show with That Mortgage Guy Don. Now, Don and his crew, they're pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business. They're explaining the real mortgage process to you because, wait for it, they want you to know how it works. He has your best interest in mind. Now, that mortgage guy, Don, he's a mortgage broker. He's not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. So chances are very good that you're leaving money on the table. Let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Plain and simple, no spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd at T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale Friday, June 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders can score tickets and other awesome experiences before anyone else for 48 hours only or while pre-sale tickets last.
Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details.
What's in your wallet?
Every dog has its day, and now it has its own exhibit too. Orlando Science Center explores the science behind where dogs came from, how they experience the world, and what makes our bond with them so special. In Dogs, a Science Tale, hands-on exhibits will let you see, hear, and smell the world just like dogs do. You'll have a ball sniffing out hidden smells, testing your speed against different breeds, and examining dogs and their role in history and culture. Step into the role of archaeologist and dig deep into the story of our forever friends. Get tickets at osc.org.
Rise and shine, honey. We don't want to miss our flight.
Our flight is in 7 hours. And we have TSA PreCheck with our Navy Federal flagship credit card.
TSA PreCheck? Getting my bugle through security will be so much easier now.
Learn how you can earn up to 3 times points on travel with the flagship credit card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
There's nothing like holding a freshly grilled Jersey Mike's cheesesteak. It's even better than holding a winning $1 million lottery ticket. For starters, Uncle Sam takes half. Then you buy some useless stuff, like a tiny suit of armor for your cat. And before you know it, your sister's cousins and Uncle Frankie come knocking on your door for handouts. Bing, bang, boom, you're back to zero. So if you want to play a winning number, order a number 17 Mike's Famous Philly. Freshly grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Days. We're celebrating with lots of savings.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking for extra chairs to host my pickleball team dinner.
We have lots of offers to help you make the most of summer, including those pickleball dinners.
Oh, terrific.
Plus, buy your tickets for the Swedish Midsummer Buffet on June 23rd in store. Check your local store for more details or go to ikea-usa.com/midsummer. Offer valid 5/30 to 7/4, U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on ikea-usa.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall, there's only one Mo you should call, the Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs is stacked high with honey ham, smoked turkey, and slow-smoked beef brisket. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Smokin' Triple Stack Sub. Get it for a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs. Participating U.S. locations, Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
I'm back! And look at all the fresh from Florida produce I brought home. You have heard of fresh from Florida, right?
Fresh I have.
That's refreshing to hear.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
And if we're going to freshen up daily meals, it's refreshing to know that locally grown fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air. Got anything else?
Oh, I'm fresh out.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hi, I'm Joel Osteen. I've learned that your life follows your thoughts. You can't think negative and live positive. If you get your mind going in the right direction, your life will go in the right direction. I have a podcast where I talk about how to live positive, grateful, expecting good things. The feedback I often hear is that people enjoy the podcast because they find it encouraging and inspiring. Listen to the Joel Osteen podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Now, new and used cars come with a lifetime warranty. Click OrlandoNissan.com. Radio. Radio. 104.1.
A couple quick notes here about the show. One that has been bothering me for a little while, and this is about Game of Magnets. And if you're new to the show, you might not even have heard of this, but we have something called Game of Magnets, which is surrounding the news junkie magnets. And if you see them out in the wild, it's a game. And you get them off somebody else's car, people trade them back and forth, and it gets kind of wild out there sometimes. And a lot of people are very, very into game of magnets. Love it. Think it's cool. Great. However, the last couple of magnets, all of a sudden, there's been a backlash. There's been a backlash that I've noticed on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all those places you can imagine. People complaining, and people are showing me pictures, and I go, what is happening here? And it would be the News Junkie magnet, and it would be completely peeling off. Like, it would have disintegrated. And I said, what is happening with these things? We've never had this problem before. Never. It's like 50,000 magnets or something out in the wild.
Right.
And we've never had this issue before. And so I'm getting the new magnet ordered, which is the Fritz magnet for Fritz on the Street winners. And really cool looking magnet. I get the whole, the example back. And I said, yep, approved. And I said, hey, not for nothing, but the last couple of magnet designs, people have been telling me they're falling apart in the rain. And the person whom we've bought 50,000 magnets from,
a lot of money.
Says, yeah, a couple of orders ago, we changed some of our equipment out.
Okay.
And I said, oh, look, all right, we didn't get to hear about this. And they said, I'll mark your account so that they print the waterproof ones for you every time moving forward.
And charge you more?
Same amount of money, I guess. But they're going to be fixed moving forward. But the idea that they just changed it and they didn't
they won't notice.
And I guess they think most of these aren't really going to be stuck to cars. Most of these people aren't going to notice. Most of these people aren't going to have them as part of a game like Game of Magnets. But if that's happened for you in the last couple of designs, like the Pinewood Derby one, what was the other one recently? Oh, the graffiti one.
Yeah.
And a couple other ones. They peel off and they don't last well in the rain. And they're not going to do that anymore moving forward, starting with this design, because we're going back to the waterproof ones. Anyways, I heard your complaints about that. Got it fixed, all set, ready to go. Wish they would have told me earlier.
Did you just ask that on a whim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said,
that's so weird.
I was like, what's going on with this? Because I'd seen too many people for it to be a fluke. I was like, there's a lot of people who this is happening to. And so now that's going to be fixed. So that's good news. Other good news. Twitch, what a cluster F is Twitch. If you don't know what
they've had a no good week.
Yeah, what a garbage week for them. Because if you don't know what Twitch is, it's a streaming service. We stream this show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. And Twitch said, here's our new set of rules. And they put these rules out there. And the rules were very cumbersome for streamers and would make it so they would be able to make a lot less money on some of their partnerships. And first they said, no, it was miscommunication. Then they said, for us, it was going to tank the show on Twitch because they said you can't have embedded audio ads on your stream. This is a radio show with commercials.
Yeah.
It's going to be something that happens.
Which I haven't seen in a while, but it's always fun when somebody comes across our stream because they clicked on something that in the description that they're interested in one of the stories we're set to cover.
Yeah, or they saw a thumbnail.
And they think it's like something else, so some other kind of stream that they're used to watching. And they're like, this is just nothing but commercial. Like nobody tells them ahead of time, like, hey, this is a radio show.
Right. I want ad-free, man.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we've faced a little bit, but we will able to be on Twitch, I believe, because they have now walked back their controversial policy. So they put it out there, then they backed off of it, and now they've totally walked this back. And a lot of the big creators on Twitch were saying that they were going to leave as a result of this. So what an absolute cluster effing mess for them. To our friends watching on Twitch right now, it looks like we'll be staying there for at least the time being until they change the rules again and ruin everything. Before we hear from you and your dispatches, I wanted to work this in real quick too for those folks who are watching on Twitch. There's this dude in where's he from? Let me find out.
Highland Park.
No, he's in Pakistan. This guy in Pakistan. The guy's name is Muhammad Hassan Nareho, and he breeds
Nick for short.
Breeds goats to break world records. And take a look at this. I put this on See It Now for everybody else.
Wow.
It's a world record.
And in the morning, I'm making waffles.
For a Simbi, the goat, and it has 21.5-inch ears. It is the most bizarre thing.
You can breed that? Like, what do you...
They keep taking ones that have longer and longer ears and breeding them together until...
I realized that was like a genetic thing.
It's a Pakistan thing where they
imagine the collection of goats you have to go to just keep finding males and females with the longest ears.
Right. They're like, they must drag on the ground. This is a little tiny goat. You go look at this in the See It Now section of the News Junkie app. I thought that was pretty adorable, and you would want to take a look at it. But you know what? Let's work in some dispatches, because we got to have you making an appearance on the show. And a lot of people have a lot of things in their mind, including Bart versus Bill Gates, who says thanks to us.
Hey guys, I was listening to you talk about the mailbox money, and I have to say thank you, because pretty sure you are the ones that talked about the Celsius class action lawsuit.
We did.
Basically, long story short,
It's that energy
every
drink.
receipt I get from a store, I take a picture and I send it to Amazon, and at the end of the month they give me $10 for sending 10 receipts to them. Well, I had to dig through some of those receipts on the app, and I finally found the receipt that had the Celsius purchases on them.
Nailed
and
it.
I was able to submit it. Got a whole whopping $2.83.
Big money.
Went right back around and bought another Celsius. Anyways, have a good show.
Congratulations, sir.
Bye.
Wasn't the problem with something inside the Celsius cans that wasn't so good for you? What was their recall?
I forget, honestly.
That was a while ago now.
I know a lot of people that work out use Celsius.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
There's so many of those damn things now. There's like a million energy drinks when I go into 7-Eleven, and I've never tried any of those except for Red Bull. But
Yeah, we had a small stint.
Oh yeah. I had like a everyday diet Red Bull.
We had the fridge. It was at the office. I'm like, hey, you want an RB?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
It was like 2 or 3 years, I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You guys
I don't
used to
really
do
touch that stuff.
2
No,
of
me
them a
either.
day.
I don't drink it at all now.
A settlement has been reached against Celsius Holdings. Labels its products misleadingly, including by describing them as containing no preservatives, despite containing citric acid.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Got him. Busted him on that. And
Which I would venture a guess that the citric acid is more for flavor than for preservatives, but
well, here's
whatever.
the thing. Bart versus Bill Gates is right. When we tell you about the mailbox money opportunities, take the mailbox money opportunities.
Don't be like Sean.
Don't be like me, because later you're like C-Lane, you'll get some actual money, and it's free money, so why not get it? Okay, when we come back, your dispatch is coming up next. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Also, jury duty, and a very interesting story that I want to dive into. You've got to hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes we might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by LASIK Plus.
Florida State will need to win twice to win the Women's College World Series after the Seminoles lost to Oklahoma last night. Game 2 is tonight. The Rays will try for a sweep of the Twins this afternoon. Randy Arozarena hit a walk-off homer last night for Tampa's 5th straight win. And a forthcoming documentary about baseball's Negro Leagues will debut next month. It'll be in 100 AMC-branded theaters before its streaming release. I'm Scott Davidson.
Do it. Take the first step towards LASIK and score a great deal at LASIK Plus today. Right now, LASIK Plus is offering $1,000 off their Wave Light laser when treated in June. That's $500 off per eye with guaranteed financing. Visit mylasicoffer.com for details.
My fellow Americans, R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. To help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride and declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is a land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$7 down requires state approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number N12354. $7 down, $3.89 per month for 84 months, 3.9 APR.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Hey, Monster fans, Russ here. You know what is really scary? Utility rates. So let's talk about solar. You may have seen solar popping up all over the place. Well, there's a good reason. 1 is utility rates are rising. 2, government incentives can dramatically lower the cost to solar. So if you want to go solar, call Solar Source. Monster fans get special access to their new solar estimate tool. Visit solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Looking for affordable prescription prices? You can easily find the lowest prices for prescriptions by visiting myfloridarx.com. It's simple to use our price transparency tool to compare drug prices at pharmacies across Florida and make the best informed decision. Unlock the power of transparency right now at myfloridarx.com. Take control of your health and wallet with myfloridarx.com.
If it's a day that ends in Y, you're probably stuck in Florida traffic. So turn that AC up one more notch, aim the vents toward your face, and think of a better place, like the cool, colorful produce section in your favorite grocery store. Why? Because that's where all the cool, colorful, fresh from Florida produce is. Produce just tastes better when it's grown closer to home. And when you buy fresh from Florida, you're supporting local farmers and jobs in our communities. So after you're done being stopped in traffic, pick up some fresh from Florida on your way home.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
If you're a Dunkin' Rewards member, you can get a $3 medium Dunkin' refresher every day all month long. Not a member? Join on the app. Limit 1 per member per day. Additional charges and terms may apply. Exclusions may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
Hey you! Run to Wendy's and grab a strawberry frosty. Don't worry about canceled plans. It's worth it, but act fast. Like your date, it's gone at the end of the summer. Head to Wendy's for a strawberry frosty and that sweet strawberry goodness. Limited time only at participating Wendy's.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassie's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
a moment, and a story that I think is absolutely crazy in jury duty. And I was very, 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 very surprised to hear this morning. But real quick, when I say the name Casey White, do you guys know who I'm talking about? Any clue?
Yes, the
she's locking in.
She's
locking in on it.
The security guard at the jail who let out her boyfriend.
That's right. Yeah, it was that situation where this woman who had worked at the prison.
I was going to guess a snowboarder. So
okay,
not a snowboarder. Sean White, I believe, is a snowboarder.
Wrong White.
Flying Tomato or whatever he goes by. But Casey White was this prisoner who fell in love with, if he really did or not is another thing, but this prison guard, and this woman helped him escape. They walked right out of the prison, and then they went on the run, and they were hiding from police for quite some time. And we were all over the story. We were kind of following them as they went along, and now he's making some claims, and people are saying he's lying, and this just, there's no way this is true. I'll play the audio of him. It's a little hard to hear him because he's on the phone and he's talking to this reporter. But basically, he's making claims now that he killed somebody while they were out on the run. And he wants to tell police.
Why?
I don't know. It seems like he wants to make some sort of deal. You know how when people do that when they're behind bars, they'll go, I'll tell you about this crime.
Oh, gotcha.
If you cut a deal with me on this crime.
But he was already in jail for his life, for the rest of his life, I thought.
I don't know how long he got.
He was in there for murder,
75-year prison sentence. Yeah. For attempted murder and other offenses at the time of the escape. And now it's only worse, right?
I'm really surprised I remember all this information.
Yeah, this was a big story for a while. It was 2 weeks long that we were talking about this.
And he loves snowboarding, right, Celine?
That's not related. He's not a snowboarder at all.
Casey.
Well, at the end, they were driving around. The police were chasing them, and she killed herself in the car with him. And then he crashed it, and they arrested him. But he's on the phone with this News Nation reporter, and he says that he killed somebody, and he wants to talk to the FBI about it.
You were saying you needed to talk to me ASAP. What's going on?
Here he is.
I have a little confession to make.
I have a little confession to
What
make.
Casey said was shocking.
I got a woman, a baby girl buried up in Evansville, Indiana. 10 minutes from the motel.
He said, I got a woman and a baby girl buried up in Evansville, Indiana. Now, whether he's telling the truth or not is a whole nother thing, but he just admitted to that, and I think he says something more here.
I won't talk to nobody about that. They have to handle my case up there.
I won't talk to nobody but the FBI.
So did you say that there's a woman buried up there?
Yes, he said.
Casey told me several times that he killed a woman while him and Vicky were on the run.
Did you kill someone else?
Yes, there's a dead body up there that ain't been buried yet.
Yeah, so he says, yes, there's a dead body up there that ain't been buried yet. And I'm not sure if he's just trying to get some attention before he goes away forever. Well, we probably said that last time, forever.
Yeah.
But maybe he can finagle his way out again. Or if he really did something. But he claims that while they were staying at that motel, they ended up killing somebody. And now they're investigating those claims. All right, here we go. I'm fired up about this one. Let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Too fired up, maybe. Too fired up. All right, jury duty brought to you by Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE. Or you can go to justcallmo.com. You know the story. You know the drill. If you get into an accident, there's a bunch of attorneys out there. But the only one that I know that will hear your story out and treat you like a person and fight for you against the insurance companies, not just settling as fast as they can so they can keep going and get the next case and the next case. The real fighter is Moses DeWitt. So remember the number after an accident, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. This morning when I got into the studio, C-Lane says, hey, did you see the update? Did you see this story? And I go, what are you talking about? He says, something from the Supreme Court. And I said, oh, yeah, now I remember. We were talking on the show about this case before the Supreme Court. And Sabrina, you'll probably remember this one too.
All right.
Because it was Jack Daniels, and they were fighting against the dog toy company that
was making toys that look like Jack Daniels.
Yeah, and they had a bunch of things that were looking like other products. And Jack Daniels went after them, and the Supreme Court sided with Jack Daniels. They won this trademark dispute.
So stupid.
Sucks.
Which is weird because the company is called Bad Spaniel. So, like a riff off of Jack Daniels.
I don't even think the company's called Bad Spaniel.
Or the product.
Yeah.
The product was that they had out. And it clearly is a parody. And Sealand was saying before the show, he's like, look, if you walk through the dog toy aisles, there's tons of stuff like this.
Lexi loves a good white paw.
Yeah, we got White Paws from White Claws.
But they also they ended up in court because they became too popular. Because we see this stuff all the time, but it's not that White Claw's taking White Paw to court.
I don't know why they decided to do it.
A fluffy Jameson bottle that Carl plays with, and
but
end of sentence.
Well, this is different. I think I'm trying to figure out why they would side with them because to me it's so clearly parody.
I mean, I'm looking at
But parody, you can. That's the stuff maybe put on the Mo list that
Yeah, we
I'm
already did.
confused about. Is like you could still make profit off of parody, and you're covered by parody.
Yeah, you could. The thing that I was thinking was, is it only maybe trying to get rid of their trademark for their brand and still let them sell? Here's what it says from NPR. The U.S. Supreme Court, in a unanimous decision, so everybody in agreement, sided with Jack Daniels in its legal fight with Bad Spaniel, a dog toy maker that parodies the storied whiskey brand. We do not decide whether the Rogers test is ever appropriate or how far the non-commercial use exclusion goes. They said this opinion is narrow. They added, the use of a mark does not count as non-commercial just because it parodies or otherwise comments on other products. So what that means is this. The often cited Rogers test is a pivotal trademark precedent that allows artists to use another's trademark as long as it has artistic relevance to their work and provided it does not mislead consumers. Perhaps 0 people were misled by this dog toy.
I don't understand. I can't drink it.
Yeah, they wouldn't think that this was Jack Daniels or that it was associated with the company because it says Bad Spaniels on it. It says Jack Daniels, the famous Tennessee whiskey company, tried to stop production and marketing of the chew toy. So it's not even just any kind of trademark or anything. They wanted the whole thing to stop production. The toy, shaped and decorated like a Jack Daniels bottle, features a spaniel and the name Bad Spaniels on the top. Instead of promising 40% alcohol by volume, it promises 40% poo by volume. And it says the vinyl bottle is part of a line of chewy dog toys called Silly Squeakers, which parodies other famous brands.
That's what I call my hoo-ha.
And I mean, I don't know. It's just so stupid that they even went out with them. And they said this harms their reputation. And
well, it does. And on top of it, it screams to me that Jack Daniels.
How does it harm their reputation?
I don't think it does.
No, I don't think that. I think that it's a shame that any other instance that they probably would have sided with the dog toy company.
Mm-hmm.
But Jack Daniels clearly put a bunch of money towards attorneys that said exactly what they needed to say, knew the judge proper, and then Jack Daniels, like, what happens? It's a dent in their wallet. Like, they're not going to make that much more money because they stopped this dog toy company.
It's going to change their income 0%. It's not going to have any effect on that. What it's going to do,
I think it makes them look kind of like bullies.
Well, it does. And what it's going to do, the intent that this has is for Jack Daniels to say to everybody else, don't use our logo. Don't use our logo, parody or not, or we're coming after you. So people get scared and they don't use that.
Are
word.
there not in popular TV shows or say you were in like a store, although I think stores might use actual empty bottles of liquor, like if you're in IKEA and they're showing off how these cabinets should look, but like in a TV show where they wouldn't, like say How I Met Your Mother, when they're in the bar and they don't want to use actual brand names and make it look like there was some sort of payment for that or some sort of product placement. They have props, and the props are usually tailored to look like Jack Daniels, but it just says Tennessee whiskey or something like that.
I don't know if they would go after them too. My gut tells me that Jack Daniels is going to go send out notices to everybody who's doing this.
But like, all right, are we going to stop Toto's handmade vodka?
Yeah.
Are we going to stop Houndacy?
Oh,
what about Barker's Mark?
These are adorable.
And Puptrone Silver.
Yeah, all of these are at risk, I would guess, because the company, the Bad Spaniels company that Jack Daniels stomped on, They said it was a humorous and expressive work and thus immune from claims that have infringed on the Jack Daniels trademark. On Thursday, Kagan, that's one of the Supreme Court justices writing for the court, we hold only that it is not appropriate when the accused infringer has used a trademark to designate the source of its own goods. In other words, has used a trademark as a trademark. That kind of use falls within the heartland of trademark law and does not receive special First Amendment protection.
Well, here's one that lady might like. Hound Noon.
Look at these. They're all great.
Vodka and soda.
Oh.
Grapefruit and bark cherry.
These are cute, and now they're done for. They're totally done for.
They better not be. Right now I need to stock up.
We need Moses DeWitt to translate that legalese to us in normal people speak and see what all of this actually means.
He would be a good person to do it, too, because his advertising has a lot of parody in it.
Yeah, without a doubt. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to hear from you when we return. Also, a father is in hot water for something that he taught his daughter. But this doesn't seem really bad to me. Maybe it does to you. We'll see. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Some stations stick around 10 years, think they're a big deal.
Did we do that? Yeah, we probably did that.
It's the 30th anniversary of Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for making this happen.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on I-4 eastbound before State Road 536. There's congestion on I-4 westbound between World Drive and US 27. You can expect your regular delays through the city on I-4 westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fontainebleau's Summer Paradise Getaway.
Fontainebleau Miami Beach is your summer paradise getaway. Taste incredible food from 8 casual and fine dining restaurants. Unwind and renew at Lapis Spa. Float among 11 pools just steps from the ocean. Or spend an out-of-the-ordinary night at Live Nightclub. Book now at FountainBleu.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
GiveMeTheVin.com created the computer site Unseen Bid. All these copycats, they take your information and they sell it to 3, 4, 5, 6 other dealers. We do not do that. When you go to GiveMeTheVin.com, we treat you like a customer, not a number. We pay the most, we pay fast, and we take care of you because you're our customer. And that's why our reviews are awesome. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer for a reason.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, Magic fans, when you're heading out to the Amway Center or anytime you're away from your business, commercial, or residential property, or you have a special event and you want to be sure that you're well protected, contact American Protection Services and Investigations, proud partner of the Orlando Magic. For a full list of our security services, dial 833-4-APSI. Over 30 years in the business, your safety is our top priority because your business is our business.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally do pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine marble, all those beautiful colors, but it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas, and next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed, and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom, courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In Office Orlando.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
This is nice. There is always a moment to stop down on the show and just talk about, for once, some good news. Because, you know, we live in a world where there's all sorts of weird news, bad news. There's stuff we've talked about, alien sightings this week, where somebody saw 8 to 10 foot aliens wandering around their neighborhood. There's smoke all over New York City and all these other places around the country.
Yeah, the world's not ending or anything.
So we want some good news from time to time, right? Let's do some good news.
All right.
Good news alert. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Good news alert. And we got an email coming in for Testudo. Testudo emails. And he says, Saving Animals is the title of the email. Hey there, sorry for the email, but for some reason the dispatch button isn't working in Safari or Chrome. Oh, no. I'll look at that. I haven't had that
Bad
problem.
news.
But we'll see. I don't think that's the case. Anyhow, my wife was coming out of a store and saw a few people standing around her vehicle. A woman said she saw a kitten hop into the engine compartment of her car.
Oh.
They looked, but they couldn't find it. So my wife starts her car up, drives all the way home, and we look again. We still couldn't find the kitten. An hour later, my wife tries one more time, and sure enough, she pulls out a 6-week-old kitten. He says, I'm not a big animal guy, but I told my kids we could take care of her until we find somebody to take him. I'm not sure if it's a him or her because both were in that sentence there. However, he kind of grew on me the past couple of days, and I think we now have a family kitten.
Oh, congrats.
Since we found her in our Palisade, which is their car, his name is Pally. And it said, this is a bit long, but I wanted to share my story. And here you have it, folks. Here's little Pally.
Where's Car Kitten?
The cat that they found inside.
Sweet.
It's a cute little cat. And he says, take care. So thank you for that, Testudo. Always like some good news in the mix. Glad you found the animal. Glad it didn't get caught up in the fan. You know, that's not a good thing.
No, that would be Katsui.
Yeah, you do not want that happening. And glad you got yourself a new pet there with the family. Question for the both of you, Sabrina and C-Lane.
What up,
All right?
dog?
Think about this. Go back to your childhood. All right, go back to being a young child and think about something. What are the things that your mother or your father taught you how to do that stick with you? What are things that your parents taught you to do? I'll give you an example. Like my father, I remember distinctly, he taught me how to drive a car. And he took time and went over to the parking lot where we could do this and showed me how to drive stick shift. And when you grow up, that sticks with you and you go, that's where I learned that. There's all kinds of other things. My dad also taught me how to fish. You know, It's not the hardest thing to
My
teach
dad taught me how
somebody.
to change a tire.
Did he?
I just prefer not to do it now.
Right,
so.
right. The same. But
my mom taught me how to call AAA.
When it came to your childhood, is there anything like that sticks with you that your parents taught you how to do?
I mean, definitely driving was a big one, mostly because I begged and they eventually caved.
Right, because you wanted the independence of being able to drive.
I feel like a lot of the computer stuff that I knew growing up was a lot to do with my father. He was a big tech nerd, and there was 4 of us kids, so eventually he was like, I'm going to teach you how to do it, and then you have to do it yourself.
Right. Yeah. My dad taught me
then
about computers, too. That was a big one for me.
I immediately think with my mom, it's like conservation.
Really?
You know, like if we, I'll never forget, and I think it's a very Latin thing, was that we have a bottle of dish soap, but you pour half of it and you put some water in it.
Yeah.
And that dish.
Got a full thing of dish soap.
Yeah. Now it lasts double the time. And then.
It's like Chris Rock would say, when you're low on the Robitussin, you put some water in the bottle, shake it up, more tussin.
Exactly. And then I remember college roommates would be like, hey, Sabrina, are you putting water inside of the hand dispenser there?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's super concentrate. We don't have to do that.
You know what's so weird about that? That stuff sticks with you and it's hard to shake. Like Courtney, I've told you guys this, I think. She freaks out with me about the paper towels. So I'll rip off 2 paper towels and I'll just dry my hands or whatever. If she needs half of a paper, she'll rip off strategically half of a paper towel and put the rest of it on the counter for later.
I've stopped giving, because we don't really do, when it's just me and Ashley, we don't do napkins.
No.
It's just paper towels.
Yeah, paper towels are used for everything.
But I've stopped giving Ashley 2 paper towels because she hardly uses the one. And meanwhile, I have to have, like you, Sean, I have to have 2 paper towels, crumbled up into a good size, napkin.
Otherwise, I feel like the
big
job's
thing.
not getting done.
I same way, but Ashley doesn't use it at all. And then I'm cleaning up and I go, am I just dirtier than you? I mean, I know you don't have a beard, so there's that part, but
very big about I will use a lot.
Yeah.
I don't like any sort of food on my hands or mouth when I'm eating, so
Right.
I will use many napkins.
Well, what I'm bringing this to the table
My
for
parents taught me that.
is because
Full circle.
this stuff sticks with you, with the stuff that your parents teach you. But some father who posted his story online is getting a bunch of crap for something that he taught his daughter. So they went on a little camping trip together, and him and his daughter is 13 years old. He's 38 years old. And he teaches his daughter how to fish, And then that didn't seem to be a problem with anybody. And he taught them how he spearfished because he was really into that. And then the people got mad at this part. He taught his oldest daughter how to gut a fish. And for some reason, this upset a whole bunch of people, including his own wife and other people. And they said they were upset that they taught this to the young kids, how to like gut a fish and clean a fish after you used it. And I thought to me,
versus learning that when you're an adult,
I'm having a hard time.
They have been mad because if it was a little boy.
Well, I'm having a hard time understanding even why you would be upset. Is it because they're like cutting up a fish? The fish is dead. It doesn't matter.
Right. And that's in order to gut a fish and eat it. And
you got to do this.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they
eat a fish whole like that.
Yeah, it says, they said a husband and father was posting his story to see if he was wrong for making his oldest daughter learn to gut fish.
Oh, that was his first mistake.
What?
Posting it?
Posting
it on social media. And
sure.
going,
Don't post
was this a bad idea? Was I wrong for this?
When he was growing up, he wrote he had to learn of a lot of life skills, and he and his wife are continuing that tradition with their girl. My wife and I have been teaching them life skills such as cooking, cleaning, and car maintenance, and she's much more hands-on, my daughter is, than other girls. The family recently went camping, and his oldest daughter had to make the fire and set up the tent, he said, and wanted her to get a feel for it, and then he wanted her to clean a fish. And I thought, like, this seems like the most normal dad-kid thing ever to me, to go out and go camping together and spend some time learning something. I don't even get why there would be any sort of backlash to this. Maybe you guys are picking up on something I'm not. So if you are, let us know. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. There's a lot of people chiming in about that parody case with Jack Daniels and the dog toy company. So let's see what Twink says. Here we go.
Hello, junkies.
Hey.
We're talking about how sometimes shows will use what looks like a product, but it's really not the product. But anyway, in the Spider-Man Spider-Verse movie, he's flying across the city, and you'll see a billboard, and it kind of looks like a Coke logo, but on it says soda. It's a generic brand. I thought that was pretty clever. All right, anyway, thank you. Twink, let it out.
Right, and I think the point that we were trying to make and that we were talking about is if Jack Daniels can stomp all over this little company, or a relatively small company, making dog toys that are parodies of Jack Daniels, then any company can go after anybody else who's using their likeness or logo. So parody is dead, if that's the case. Parody is done for if you say that this company wins. Even though they were saying this was a narrow decision and not meant to be interpreted more widely, it seems to me like parody is in some trouble. Here's Han Solo Cups with a dispatch.
Hey guys, sorry I haven't listened to the show all day today because
unbelievable.
Somebody went a little bit too hard at a watch party, and now the certain other somebody needs to watch two kids while she's nursing a hangover. So I want to personally thank Sabrina for pulling out the Shotskis and all the tricks of the watch party. So thanks so much for inviting my wife out there, and she had a blast, and
it was fun,
we
man.
can't wait for the next one.
Sounds like she had too much of a blast.
Yeah, so I didn't think it would arrive in time, but have you heard of Shotski?
No, what's that?
It's a ski.
Oh, yeah.
An actual
I've
ski.
done many shot skis.
With the drill holes for 4 shots.
Yeah.
It's a big thing with Andy Cohen.
Everybody has to stand in a line and like tip them back at the same time.
We
Yeah.
had like 30 of them.
My
like every
God.
2 seconds. Commercial break after we're done cursing at the screen. Be like, all right, Shotski time. Let's do it.
I saw somebody posted a clip from this thing. I'm not in this Vanderpump Rules world, but somebody posted this clip. And it said, if you didn't know better, you would have thought this was the girl getting cheated on, not the girl cheating. And it was the girl just crying. And I guess she was like one of the bad ones, but she was acting
She's
like
part of Scandival.
She's one of the two that were in the cheating couple.
Yeah, and she showed emotion for the first time in this like 3-part finale. And I guess they even extended it. Next week is supposed to be
Shut up. Did they really?
Secrets revealed. But their whole like promotion was that the last 5 minutes of this, not even the cast members knew about it. And I think a lot of us it was anticlimactic. Like,
what was it?
Turns out Tom is a big fat liar, and their affair was a lot longer than they had let it up to be.
I thought they said they still loved each other.
They did.
Yeah.
It was so cringe, man.
This whole
It
thing
was
is
so
ridiculous.
cringe, but it was very fun to watch with other like-minded people just cursing up a storm.
This is something that Sealand sent over, and God, if
Actually, Evil Eye sent it over,
Did
but yeah, that's and he's like, these guys didn't get sued. Now, there's a chance that this was not made by Leonard Skinner, but it's for those who can't see it, it's a shirt that has the actual Jack Daniels logo, but Jack Daniels has been replaced by Leonard Skinner.
Mm-hmm.
It's Florida Sour Mash Whiskey instead of Tennessee.
It says old rock and roll brand.
And there's been a lot of T-shirt companies who have done this style of. I don't know.
I've seen this
I don't even know
before.
if you'd call it a parody, because I think parody is supposed to be funny.
Yeah, it's not funny. It's just like.
But I've seen a lot of styles like this where
Same, yeah.
you'll take one popular design, which this is definitely the design of Jack Daniels, and then mix it with a band or some song lyrics or any other number of things. A sports team.
For instance, my friend Scott and Ashley, who have a T-shirt printing company that they do.
What food is their last name?
It's none of those things. There's no food items attached to their name, thankfully in this case. But they do this.
Isn't their last name Dixon?
No. Scott and Ashley, I forgot their last name. I forgot Scott's last name because I know Ashley first. But they do a thing where they take a logo like this and then they'll put a breed of dog on it and then the dog breed name, and then they'll redo that for all the dog breeds. So it'll be like Doberman and then the Doberman's face on there. And it'll be like, Cavalier, all the different brands on there. And if they go too much further after this, there's going to be so many people that are squeezed by this situation. And that
Scott and Ashley love riding that thin line.
Yeah.
But you know what Jack Daniels is becoming?
I just remembered their last name, and then I realized, why should I say? I don't want to say their last name. That's a bad idea.
I was just joking because your friends all have food last names.
Yeah.
But this Jack Daniels is going to become the new Susan G. Komen, where they're, it's for a good cause.
Yeah.
But we're going to sue the crap out of you if you grab our ribbon.
And by the way, we already won. Look at this case where we already won against this company.
Yeah.
You're not going to win, so you might
Now
as well
legal
shut
precedent.
Yeah, there's legal precedent, so shut your stuff down. I think that's real bad. I don't like the idea that could be happening to people out there. Let's see, maybe one more dispatch. Here is Chaos.
What's up, junkies?
Hey!
Happy Thursday. Yo, these people freaking
Friday,
out
Saturday,
about gutting
Sunday.
a fish. They're definitely not from the country. We'll
No.
say that much. Because I grew up at like 7 years old watching my grandfather gut a deer in our front yard. At I think maybe 10, maybe 13, that range. I sat there and gutted a hog with my grandfather. I gutted fish with him from the earliest age I can think of is probably like 6, 7 years old. Like, this
It's
is
normal.
definitely one of those people that aren't from out in the country. 'cause
Yeah, there's a huge difference between people. There's no bigger difference, honestly, I don't think, between people than whether you are somebody who's lived in a big city your entire life, and whether you're somebody who's lived in a rural atmosphere your entire life. Those people are more different than people of different shades, skin colors, religions, anything like that. Those people who are city slickers versus like country rednecks or whatever are way more different than anything else you could throw into the equation. We want to hear what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Have you guys watched The Idol at all? Have you given that a shot or no?
Not yet.
It's going to be the weekend for me. See what I
the
did
weekend
there.
on the weekend. It makes sense.
But I'm not like really looking forward to it.
Me
I'm going to
either.
give it a go, and then should it, I don't know, reel me in a little bit. But
Yeah.
I just have a feeling it's going to be too much.
I'm gonna just give it a shot because
He was
there's
a
so
little
much
bitch
talk
about it.
I wanna know if it's bad, if it's good, and then I could say I have some experience in watching at least one episode. I've still been watching this brand new show that I stumbled upon, Russian Doll.
Oh,
super
wow.
new, super fresh.
What streaming platform is it on?
It's on. I don't know what that one's on. Hulu, maybe.
It's on Netflix.
Is
Jesus
it?
Christ,
Netflix?
Sean.
I don't hit the buttons on the remote. Okay, I just watch.
Wow.
It's on the TV.
Someone rich much?
No, that doesn't make me rich because I don't control the remote control. It means I have lack of control over the television, which is just a fact. That's a fact around these parts.
Try being single.
Well, yeah, I mean, the
Ever
difference
since
between-
then, I get to watch whatever I want by myself. It's super sad.
I've been trying to watch that. I'm just going to go past that.
Yeah,
Unless you want
it's me, Shaggy.
You want to bring Shaggy back? I've been trying to watch that show, but I don't know if I could continue to do it because you guys know that it's got that plot line where it's kind of like Groundhog Day, where this woman wakes up and then she dies, and then she goes back to the spot where she was like washing her hands in the bathroom like an hour before, and she keeps dying and she keeps going back to that spot. Then she finds
much darker than Groundhog Day, where most of the time, at least at the beginning of the movie, he was going to bed and waking up. It's the same day,
right? Yeah, this is like a gritty Groundhog Day. But then she found somebody else who was in the same predicament as her, who kept waking up and doing the same day over and over and over again.
How far along are you?
I'm in season 2, maybe a couple in, and now she's found a way that if you go on the subway, each subway stop that you go to is a different period in time in history. So we have like your life cycling over and over, and then the years that you go to, and I'm like,
It all comes together.
I can't keep track of what the hell's going on.
You cannot, but
it's
you will
crazy.
at the end of it.
It will make sense at the end?
It should.
Because they throw a lot
And again,
of stuff
I haven't
at you.
seen that in 2 years because it came out 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's brand new. It's brand new, like you were just saying. And
On a brand new streaming platform called Netflix.
a lot of people are starting to watch this. Michael,
Watch Invasion. I want to talk to you guys about this.
We got it on the list. Invasion's on the list. We just got to finish up this Russian doll one first. Over on YouTube, Michael says,
Then you got to
"Spoiled
put them all
awesome."
back together.
This doesn't make me spoiled because I don't control the remote control. I know who has the power in that zone. All right, I don't have it. So she watches what she wants and she controls the remote control. That victory has been won already. When we come back, we'll get to the woman who shot through the door of her house to kill somebody. There's an update on that case. I'll tell you what's going on there. Plus, I saw in her mugshot, they had her in that big, I don't know, that weird suit thing that you see them put prisoners
Like
in
Hannibal
sometimes.
Lecter?
Yeah, kind of like maybe something happened. We'll figure out what was going on with that case. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
So until they ban it, you can still find us here at Real Radio 104.1 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
If I-4 is a part of your travels this afternoon, you can expect delays through the city heading westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound before State Road 536. Watch out for delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Sand Lake Road. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Need an oil change? Valvoline Instant Oil Change makes it easy. No appointment needed. Drive in, stay in the comfort of your car, and they will have you back on the road in no time. So why wait? Save $15 off your oil change at GetYourOilChange.com.
Well, the summer heat has arrived, and that means your AC is out there just struggling, trying to do the best it can to keep your house cool. And you might not know how to fix that stuff if you're like me. Mills Air is there to help, whether you know what you're doing but don't have the time or have no clue how your air conditioning even works. And they know things like the fact that your AC is 60 to 70% of your electric bill. That's a lot. So that means if your AC is really, really energy efficient, it can bring that power bill down quite a bit. That's why you need to go with Mills Air, because they can calculate that for you right on the site. They can tell you what a new Carrier unit would save you on your power bill. That's because they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, and they can get you $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and of course, you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Their phone number is 407-277-1159. Imagine this. A real human being will answer the phone when you dial that. You deserve that kind of treatment. It seems like it's not a lot, but a lot of places put you through to the machines over and over. 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Slowed down, held back, inhibited. What you get out depends on what you put in. Rejuvenate your engine's performance with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline, because true performance knows no bounds. New and improved Shell V-Power Nitro Plus removes up to 100% of performance-robbing deposits to rejuvenate your engine's performance. Continuous use in gasoline direct injection engine fuel injectors.
If you're a pro painter, do you know how much you're paying per gallon for paint? Paint stores try to convince you that you're getting a good deal with deep discounts. But what they don't tell you is their starting price is too high to begin with. If you buy paint from the Home Depot, you're getting the lowest price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Plus, pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
At Wells Fargo, if you accidentally overdraw your account, we give you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with an extra day?
Sunday night and I have the Sunday scaries.
Honey, don't be scared. Every weekend comes with an extra day now.
All right. TGI Sunday.
It helps to have an extra day. When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getextra to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to timing requirements and the bank's funds availability policy. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for Life Imaging FLA. If you're like me, you like to be armed with as much information as possible when making critical decisions. After seeing my mother and my uncle struggle and pass from undiagnosed kidney disease and lung cancer, my uncle never smoked in his entire life. That shook me up pretty good. And those honestly are just a few reasons I decided to get my free heart scan from Life Imaging FLA. That's a $699 value, by the way. I just had my scan done. Could not have been easier. Facility is gorgeous. The staff polite, accommodating, and most importantly, informative. It was easy. But now I have the information I need to make great decisions about my health care. Do what I did. Take advantage of this free heart scan from Life Imaging FLA. Just a few minimum requirements. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. It's easy too. Just pick up your phone and dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In office, Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Order your Hummer EV at OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is kind of crazy to me. And I've never had this happen as much in my life as it's happened in the last couple of weeks. Now, obviously doing this show and having so many of you who reach out and email and all that stuff, or just having conversations outside of this, I get a lot of suggestions for things I should watch, recommendations, all of that good stuff, as I'm sure Sealand and Sabrina do as well. But in the last 2 weeks, I cannot tell you how many people have been telling me to watch a particular show.
New show or?
Well, it's not. It's relatively new, I guess. Yeah, it came. First episode was May 29th, 2023, according to this, I believe. And I knew the story that this was based on. I knew the news story that this whole series is based on. But so many people from Dirt, who, of course, you know, who's part of Sabby's Little Helpers.
That's right.
And many other people have said, you got to watch this show, The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. Have you guys heard of this yet?
No.
Oh, man.
I have not.
Okay, this is a wild, wild story. And they say that there was this woman, and she was from Ukraine. Here's from her wiki biography. It says, Natalia Grace is a young woman from Ukraine who is at the center of a controversial adoption case in the United States.
Okay, yeah, because I definitely remember talking about that story.
Yeah, with this, we talked about this on the show because they said the case gained international attention after it was alleged she was an adult posing as a child. So they thought she was like a little person pretending to be a kid. And it's not even the first time I've heard that happening or seen a documentary about that, but this is much, much more intriguing. They said in 2010, a couple from Indiana, Michael and Christine Barnett, adopted Natalia from an orphanage in Ukraine. They were told at the time that she was 6 years old and had a rare form of dwarfism called, who knows? Oh my God, is that a long word?
Try it. But with confidence.
Spondylophophilial, and that's as best as I can do. However, the Barnetts later claimed they began to suspect that Natalia was actually much older, possibly in her 20s or 30s. So they believe that they go to this orphanage.
Man?
Yeah, you think you have a little kid, like a 6-year-old.
And
And
like, no, we think that's actually a 20-year-old.
a grown-ass person.
It wasn't like a big thing, was that they noticed she had like pubic hair? Something like that?
Yeah, that did come into it. It says, the Barnetts have stated that they believe Natalia was attempting to harm their family. This included attempting to poison Christine and push Michael into an electric fence. They also claimed Natalia exhibited behavior that was not consistent with that of a child. I'm not sure. Such as having pubic hair and menstrual cycles, right? She says she's 6 or 7 years old and she's having her period. What's going on here? The Barnetts eventually had Natalia's age legally changed to 22 years old in 2012.
How do you do that?
I don't know. They left her in an apartment in Lafayette, Indiana when they moved to Canada with their other children. She has
started a giant fire.
Here's what's crazy. She has denied these allegations and maintained that she is a child still. So she's like, I'm still a little kid, and they left me in this apartment. And here, don't take that, please. They left me in this apartment, and they said in 2019, she was found living with another couple in Indiana who had taken her in after the Barnetts left her behind. The new couple, Antoine and Cynthia Mance, have claimed that Natalia is a teenager. And they've provided evidence such as medical records and testimony from doctors who examine her. So we don't know if this is a little kid, a teenager, or a woman in her 20s or 30s.
Okay,
and
but
that's the case.
Can it not be determined eventually by certain sure, the records are there, but you can falsify documents. But I thought bone density comes into play. We got
two different questions. We have a document question, but she's from an orphanage in Ukraine, so I don't know if they'll have like the whole paperwork that they would need to figure this out, or if the paperwork is maybe not legit. She's attached herself to somebody else. But physically, if you have a doctor, let's say a coroner, do you think that a coroner has scientific ways that they can give you a proper estimation as to the life of a body?
I know that we've talked about this before.
Have we?
Because
cut the rings?
The joke coming to my head, the stupid joke
I think it's just obvious.
That's at the tip of my tongue is giving me deja vu.
I'm getting a lot of this is a must-see show. Alicia says this show is definitely a must-see. Danielle says an endocrinologist should be able to figure out her age. This is literally Radio Michael 7. Our friend says the plot of the movie The Orphan. There was another story that I've seen like this where it was a guy who was like 21 or 22 or something, and he was pretending to be a teenager, and he was adopted by a family. but this one is way more dramatic.
I mean,
So
to put it something that I'm going through personally, if there's a way that I can show up to an ultrasound and have them tell me based on what I'm looking at here and measuring this and that, and they go, well, this is your exact due date.
Yeah.
And it may not be exact, things happen. But, like, there's something they're looking for there to determine this. There's got to be things you can look at to go, all right, this organ has, progressed in the style that somebody who would be in their 20s would be.
I follow what you're saying. Yeah, you would see wear and tear.
You want to see where the mileage is.
Yeah, that would be the best way probably, because otherwise we as human beings, we just do it visually. We do like a scan of a person, and we, by their looks, determine how old we think they look. But the family in the center of this whole thing, and I'm talking about the Curious Case of Natalia Grace, this series that everybody's talking about, the family was charged with felony neglect of a dependent. And they did this because they moved to Canada and just left her in this apartment. But they're saying, we can't have her as a dependent because she's lying about who she is, and she's a grown-ass adult, and she's, like, trying to harm the family we're trying to get away from her.
So weird.
It's a crazy story.
I'll give it a go, though.
Yeah, I guess it's like they got a whole season of this.
Do they have an update on her? Like, where is she now? Still stuck in that apartment?
Here's her. Tell me how old you think she looks just visually speaking. How old do you see? Remember, she's a little person.
Not 6.
Not 6 at all.
I would say in her 20s for sure.
Yeah, her facial structure to me looks like she's definitely not a teenager. Like she's definitely not a kid.
Believe that there are like scientific indications, especially with like coroners, that can determine how old somebody is based on their bone density. I think pelvic bones are a huge indication. Like eventually, you could tell a adolescent pelvic bone versus someone who's fully grown.
Yeah, you could do all that stuff, but
I don't know if that changes with dwarfism. But
what you can't do is you can't say with 100% certainty the exact age of a person, because they can't like look into DNA and see how long this DNA has existed and depreciated over time or whatever. So it makes it harder, and maybe it probably does make it harder that she's a little person. This is what she looked like when the family first got her, when they said she was 6 years old. And they're saying, this person was had a period and, had pubic hair and all these different things.
I mean, I can see
she looks younger,
there, but
not 6. To me, it shouldn't look 6. I don't think so at all. This is supposed to be good.
Strange.
I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. There was also a documentary about this as well. And the whole question is she an orphan or is she an imposter? Now I just have to convince Courtney to watch that with me, and we will be good to go.
Or just, convince her to let you hold the remote control for a little bit.
She'll take it back. She's too powerful now.
You can just have her hold the remote, but then get on your phone and then also control it.
The Apple TV thing does work that way. Yeah, I could
just do a little bit of back and forth.
But then she's going to realize,
possessed.
and then it'll just be problematic for me.
She gets up to go to the bathroom. You change the programming.
She's going to understand that it's changed.
Actually, I love what Courtney watches, and I appreciate her taste. So maybe you should just shut up and watch what she wants.
That's what I'm doing. It's literally what I do. Except for this, she was watching some news show, and she started the first episode without me, so therefore I don't get to watch the rest of them.
I hope it's Mrs. Davis.
I don't think it was. It's about some.
She's gonna love it.
It was about some woman who, she like fell into the water and she didn't know what had happened to her because she lost all her memories.
Avatar.
No, it's not Avatar. No, it's not that one. She's been watching that as
that
of late.
premiered recently.
The new one.
You can now watch it on
I saw
via stream.
And guess what?
What?
Haven't done it.
I will eventually,
Even
but I
though
think
it's
it'll
there.
take me 3 days.
Did you watch Mario yet?
No, I'm gonna wait till it's not $30.
Yeah, it is a little
See
pricey.
when gives it to me on USB.
Well, in New York, they're still don't put that on my drive.
Yes!
In New York, they're still fighting off this smoke. It's all over the place. But Sealand was looking at the Earth cams earlier.
Yeah, they're looking like it's clearing up.
Does it still look like there's a little bit?
It's not orange anymore.
Right. Like yesterday,
it looks hazy, but not orange.
Yesterday, around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, it was visibility super low, very, very low. Now it seems like that's cleared up quite a bit.
This morning they were still talking about handing out N95s.
Yeah, they're probably gonna.
God, man,
move
I feel
on
like this
after
is the
that.
third time it's happened to you. You're about to go to New York and something happens.
Here's the question I don't
actually,
know.
that's a thing. Ashley's been saying that if our flight gets canceled, she's staying at home. She's not getting in any vehicles because the first
Final destination.
The first time we were supposed to go to New York together, we had our flight canceled, and then we got in a car with a friend of ours and got in a car accident.
God, is that true? Holy cow!
Yeah, that was right before the hurricane too.
How high does this smoke go up? Does it? It doesn't go up to where airplanes are, right? It doesn't go up to like where an airplane would be affected at flying altitude.
I don't know about flying
Probably
altitude.
just landing.
Landing might be a little difficult.
That's why they shut LaGuardia down the other day.
I don't even think they shut it down for that long.
No, it was a few hours, I believe. It was a short window of time. But they're worried more than anything about just the air quality with people breathing this stuff
I think the more planes flying around LaGuardia right now and JFK, the better. Because as long as those jet engines are running, they're just blowing the smoke out of there.
Just add to the pollution.
I guess that would be effective, or hopefully. Here's Dillhole.
It's a thought.
With a dispatch saying that's the plot of Orphan, which is what Radio Michael 7 said, but let's hear it
The
echoed.
story about the orphan from Ukraine is pretty much the exact plot of the movie
Orphan.
2009.
I haven't seen that, so I'm not familiar with it, but it does sound similar. Here's Mo Manji, the realtor, talking about The Idol.
Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well. In regards to Idol, I started watching it. It's a pretty good show. A little extra, but pretty good. Without giving anything away, I would say the character is kind of like a Britney Spears pop icon who's kind of rebelling a little bit against the people who are, managers and handlers and all that. So it's pretty good. It's dramatical, but still, I would advise to at least watch the first few episodes.
Dramatical.
Thanks. Bye.
I'll give it a shot. For sure. When we come back, final dispatch of stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
We're not running out of prizes yet. At Real Radio 1041 on Instagram, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the upper 80s to low 90s. It's going to be a hot and humid day with a mix of sun and clouds, and then the chance for showers and thunderstorms moving from west to east across the state. We're looking at about 40 to 50% coverage this afternoon, bringing the potential for heavy rain, frequent lightning, as well as gusty winds at times. Make sure you're staying weather aware and have a great rest of your day.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, the new Oreo Brookie Blizzard treat is here. That's a delectable combination of Brookie and Oreo cookie pieces blended together in world-famous soft serve. You get all that in just one treat, and that treat is waiting for you only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good.
Mortgage brokers are better. Why? Well, they do all their loans through national wholesale lenders. It's still going to be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but mortgage brokers have access to dozens of wholesale banks competing for your business. And wholesale banks only loan through mortgage brokers like that mortgage guy, Don. And that mortgage guy, Don, is the best because he made the process of getting a quote or comparing the quote you already have super easy. Because we all know the process of shopping for a mortgage can be complicated and confusing and frustrating, and maybe you don't want to do it ever. But not when it comes to that mortgage guy, Don. He made the process very easy for you, and you see the difference immediately when you go to the website. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. Chock full of information for you. Very easy to navigate through. And any question you have direct access to the expert himself via live chat, email, Zoom call, or get your question answered live this weekend on the Home Loans Radio Show. So get the process started today with a friend that you could trust by going to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Looking for more energy? Amino Energy by Optimum Nutrition is now available at 7-Eleven for only $2.49, or now 3 for $5 through June 27th. From morning wake up to afternoon pick me up, Amino Energy serves up 0 grams of sugar and refreshing fruit flavors. Grab one today at 7-Eleven and get more from your day. There's more of you and you with Amino Energy.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, But in about 7 billion years, it's going to explode, obliterating the Earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Rise and shine, honey. We don't want to miss our flight.
Our flight is in 7 hours. And we have TSA PreCheck with our Navy Federal flagship credit card.
TSA PreCheck? Getting my bugle through security will be so much easier now.
Learn how you can earn up to 3 times points on travel with the flagship credit card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Oh, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%, so we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym, and I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Aw, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
A real crew capsule, a next-generation space plane, a rocket booster that landed itself. Where will they inspire you to go? Mars? The rings of Saturn? New worlds light years beyond. Choose your breathtaking journey into the future of space travel at Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex, featuring Spaceport KSC, where real space meets real thrills. Only at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Visit KennedySpaceCenter.com for tickets.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
O'Reilly. Stay cool this summer with AC Pro and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate plus 2 times O Rewards points with the purchase of select AC Pro ready-to-use refrigerant products that include a hose and gauge. If your vehicle's AC is blowing hot air, beat the heat with AC Pro at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
A Wawa smoothie is a deliciously smooth way to start the end of your day. Enjoy a delicious Wawa fruit or cream smoothie with Wawa smoothies. Transitions in your day couldn't be smoother. Gotta have a Wawa.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday.
Have fun.
Is taking off to New York City.
New York City?
Big Apple.
Didn't we have a story about New York City just redoing their motto and then everybody thought it sucked?
Bigger Apple.
It was whatever it was bad because it used to be I love New York. And then whatever the new one was.
Oh, weren't they proposing new shirts too?
Yeah, they were doing the new campaign that was like the follow-up to I Love New York, which was so classic. And everybody liked that, or seemed to.
Wait, they're changing it to We Heart NYC instead of I Heart NYC.
Oh, because we're all like
We're all together.
Together
We're all
or
in this
something,
together, like High School Musical.
Yeah.
I don't think that's as clever. I like it. Just I, heart, and why. I think is the best.
Traditional, man.
So are you going to bring us back some gifts?
That would be nice.
Yeah,
possibly.
You know, some New York City gifts. Bring me back something really, really New York. Like
I
bring
want
me
one
back.
of those kittens in a jar.
I want Pizza Rat. If you could bring back Pizza Rat for like the shelves behind Sabrina, that would be classic New York inside the
that'd be
studio.
fun.
This woman I talked about who has been arrested on charges of manslaughter with a firearm, some other charges. Susan Lawrence, the 58-year-old. They had some photos of her in her mugshot and some other photos. She's wearing that whole big protection suit, like she's on suicide watch, I think. And they're keeping an eye on her. All the law enforcement seem to think this case is a slam dunk. And it sure as hell better be with the way they're talking about it. Because they're like, this woman is so guilty. But I guess they got some video footage of this, too.
Really?
Yeah, there's some
Of the
video
actual
footage.
shooting?
Yep, yeah, of the incident
God,
itself.
man, I really feel for the daughter.
Oh, yeah, who watched it and they said is blaming it on herself.
I mean, it's horrific.
Because, the kids and this woman had an ongoing dispute and ended up shooting this 35-year-old mother. But the state attorney's office, all the officers involved really seem confident that they got this one slam dunk done, and they better hope they do. Let's get the hell out of here, all right?
Bye.
Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Thursday, June 8th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Kurt on YouTube says, C-Lane, Michael on YouTube says, C-Lane, bring back some orange smoke. Yeah, if you could catch us some of that, you can put it up on eBay like they do.
Yeah.
Here's the air from the the auditorium
from the great Canada wildfire.
I think Kanye's air was also
Kanye's
sold.
air, and I think Kobe Bryant's funeral air was
Taylor Swift's Rain.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff like that, so you can get in on it. All right, here we go. Today I learned during this movie.
The
Blues Brothers.
That's right, the Blues Brothers. While filming the mall scene of the Blues Brothers, actor John Belushi wandered off the set and into a nearby neighborhood. A local resident welcomed Belushi into their home, fed him, and allowed him to take a nap on their couch. They had a party making this movie, man.
Cocaine budget.
I have never seen the Blues Brothers movie. I still have not seen it.
Don't know if I've seen it also.
But I would see it. And if you have a cocaine budget, you are partying
And when you
on
do
the
see it,
set.
you're like, I just saw a brand new movie.
The Blues Brothers. You guys got to check it out. Today I learned about the ham sandwich theorem.
It's about these brothers.
And they like blues. You see? The ham sandwich theorem is a mathematical theory stating every possible combination of any number of sandwich ingredients in any dimensional space can be cut in equal halves with one slice, regardless of each ingredient's location.
What?
Huh? So how about that? Now you know that.
I'm going to get laid with that one for sure.
Now you have that fact, folks. Put that in your back pocket. Here we go. The final one. Today I learned this band right here.
The damn it.
Papa Roach? Papa Roach is correct. The Black Eyed Peas did a collaboration with Papa Roach back in 2003. The unlikely duo between those two bands was a big success at the time, though I don't remember this at all.
Neither do I.
Not even a bit of that song. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with us as always. We do appreciate it. In West Palm Beach, Rover is coming up next. In Orlando, it's the Jim Colbert Show. It's all on the way. More plugs. Yeah, right. It's all coming up next, right here on Real Radio.